What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 51, believe it or not, guys. This is a very special stream, guys, because we're going to be finally, I know we've been slacking on it, but just a lot of stuff came up, but we're going to be finally giving away our 5 prizes to our 5 very lucky winners. We got 24 people here already. Guys, what we're going to do most likely is spread the prizes out throughout the stream. I want to give everybody a chance to get in here. Keep in mind, if you are a winner, you do have to be present to claim your prize. So unfortunately, if you aren't here when you're called and you don't get back to us during the stream, unfortunately, we're going to have to re-roll. So just keep that in mind. What I'll probably do is call the winners during the stream, and then I'll give everybody till the end of the stream. If those prizes aren't claimed by the end of the stream, I will re-roll for those that didn't reach out to us during the stream and say that they're here. So but thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We got a lot of people in the chat already. Sorry that we didn't make Tuesday's stream, but we're here Thursday. Got a lot of great stuff to talk about this morning, guys. I mean, I saw, I'm sure all you guys saw, we just got bombarded with stuff, not just from Hot Toys, but like Inart, Harry Potter. You guys know I've been waiting for that Harry Potter, so I'm really excited to talk about that. Really excited to talk about the stuff from Hot Toys this week. Of course, we're going to talk about Star-Lord. We're going to talk about all those releases. We're going to start with the releases just so we can get those out of the way and get on to the good stuff. I'm trying to hold Harry Potter off because my boy Chris, Collecting Madness, is going to be a little bit late, and he was very excited for that figure like I was, so don't worry. We're going to talk about Harry Potter, but we're going to save that a little bit for later in the stream. Before I say what's up to some people in the chat, I want to say what's up to our fantastic panel members here. Sean will be here very shortly, Collecting Madness. CMB is here. He had to dip out real quick for a phone call, but he will be back. And like I said, Chris will be joining us. But right now, of course, we have now known as the Midnight Collector. We have Lane here. Thank you so much, Lane, for being here. It's great to have you here, as always.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here tonight, guys, and everything. I hope everybody is having a good evening. I promise for anybody who was watching me last night, it's CW After Dark. Some guys like Big Dog Pound and stuff, I think, may have been there. I promise not to go on a 7-minute rant because everybody was going like, Lane, man, are you okay? You seem a little steamed and stuff. So I was like, yeah, so I promise to be much more level-headed like our wonderful host and, of course, the Mr. Mom's Collectibles, who are always well-balanced meals when, presenting their arguments on topics.
Well, Lane, I
like
think
this, like this garbage Hot Toys figure right here. That's garbage.
We're not gonna let him slander Ahsoka. You could say the garbage arms, but yes, guys, that's a great intro. We have Ryan from Mr. Mom Collectibles. Ryan,
thank you so much up for his tone for the rest.
I know he just came in swinging, dude. I was wondering why he had it in his hand. He was just
he's
waiting
gonna go
for that, dude.
Garbage, lame, too small. That'll just
exactly.
Just get the one sentence answer.
You want honesty or you want sugarcoat? Which one you want?
I like ice cream, so I'll take the sugarcoat.
There you go. Well, guys, the comments are flooding in. Let me say what's up to some people. And
kidding,
guys, once again,
garbage.
there we go. Ryan squeezed that in. But guys, once again, we're going to be calling the winners throughout the stream. Please, if you are here and present, if I don't see it initially, spam it, as much as you can, and moderators, if you don't mind, jump in and say, hey, this person's here, I mean? I'd very much appreciate that. But let's say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get started. And then in between topics, guys, randomly, I'm gonna run the prizes. We're going to do it randomly throughout the stream. I will tell you right now, the grand prize, the hot toy, the heavy Mandalorian that Sean has graciously given away, that will be at the very end. You got to save the best for last always. So if you want to win that heavy Mandalorian, you got to be here until the end. And of course, guys, one other thing before we get started, just a reminder: if you win once, you cannot win again. So if you're one of our lucky winners during the stream, and there's still remaining drawings to be made, you cannot win. So just keep that in mind. But let's get right into it, guys. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. We have my favorite friend here, one of our favorite moderators here, Insane One, my boy. Insane One, I hope you're doing well, bro. It's so great to have you here in the chat as always and in the stream. I very much appreciate you being here. Not a Hot Toys Hotline stream without you. Another one of our favorite moderators here, some guy says, let's go. It's Thursday night with Hot Toys Hotline, the #1 channel on YouTube. Is here to give you some great content, so get your popcorn, get your drink, and sit back and enjoy the show. Very much appreciate you for being here, dude, as always, and for hyping up the chat. We love to see it. We got the collector in the chat with the popcorn, as always, his signature. What's up, bro? I hope you're doing well. He says congrats. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, guys, just a reminder, this is for our 1,000 subscriber celebration. So thank you so much, Duck Collector, for that. It's great to see you here, bro, as always. We got Smoke 'em if you got him in the chat, dropping that smoke emoji. What's up, bro? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here, as always. Another familiar face, Ash Chase is here. Ash Chase says, what up, plastic crackheads? No sleep till Brooklyn. Yes, the BC Boys reference. I love it. Hope you're doing well, bro. Great to have you here, as always. Let's see. It looks like we got Boba Fettuccine in the chat saying what's up to some guy. What's up, Boba Fettuccine? I hope you're doing well, dude. Great to have you here, as always. Sluggin16 is here. Another good friend of mine. Sluggin16 says, hey, Hot Toys Hotline fam and fellow collectors. What's up, Sluggin16? I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to have you here, as always. Big Dog Pound. I know Chris told me he had the belt ready, so I promise you, when he gets here, he's going to be ready with that belt. He couldn't make it on time today, but I'll do my best. Big Dog Pound saying what's up to everybody. He says, dance off. Yeah, I love that. That's a Star-Lord reference, guys. It's perfect timing, for talking about Star-Lord. But what's up, Big Dog Pound? Big woo to you, Big Dog Pound. And don't you worry,
however, Big Dog Pound has passed a limit because he is Ooga Booga to pass 5 times tonight. He does officially, according to the rules of Hot Toys Hotline chat, have to officially change his name now to Ooga Booga Magooba.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that in the rules
in the bylaws
when we were carving them up in the tablet. I do remember us putting that in there.
Big Dog Pound, you're gonna have to flip that, man. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, you put yourself in that position, Big Dog Pound. But what's up, dude? Great to have you here as always. Just joining us is Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare. Sean, perfect timing. We're just saying what's up to everybody in the chat. We do have a super chat as well, so we'll definitely take a look at that real quick. But Sean, great to have you here as always, dude. Let's scroll down here. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go back through your comments. Don't worry. There's a lot of them piling up, but I just want to get to this super chat. So we have a super chat from some guy. Some guy says, birthday shout out to my boy, Ash Chase. Well, Ash Chase, happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for spending your time on your birthday hanging out with us losers. But thank you so much for being here, dude. And for a special birthday, we got to have a special person send you a message. So without further ado, Ash Chase, I think our favorite UPS guy has a message for you.
Now, son, you make sure you get them hot dogs packed in there.
Super chat.
What's that?
Super chat.
Oh. Hey there. Heard you gave us a super chat. Well, Hot Toys Hotline and I just want to say thank you very much.
I love it. Chris and I earlier we were brainstorming about what he could do. We were on the phone earlier and we're like, dude, we gotta have you do more. So yeah, don't worry, your favorite UPS guy, he's gonna be doing more soon. We're brainstorming. But thank you so much, some guy, as always, my friend, for the generous donation. I very much appreciate you, as always. But let's say what's up to some more people in the chat. Again, guys, the comments are flooding in. If I skip anybody, I very much apologize, and I'll definitely go back through and say what's up. I see my friend Ty in here. Ty, I hope you're doing well. Great to see you. I just lost your comment, but awesome to see you in here, Ty, as always, my good friend. Who else do we have? We have Eclectic Collector. What's up, Eclectic Collector? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here, as always. Eddie Rodriguez is here. I don't know if I read Eddie's comment earlier, but Eddie, it's great to have you here, as always, as well, bro. Always great to see you in here. DPAP12 is in here. DPAP says, hey, everyone. What's up, DPAP? I hope you're doing well. There's Ty's comment. What's up, Ty? I hope you're doing well. You're Harry Potter. Yeah, Christian. What's up, by the way, Christian? I was hoping you would say you're a wizard hotline, or you got to drop the your. I was sending those to Jordan earlier, Oilers Workshop, when I saw the Harry Potter figure. He's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter, but I'm happy for you, dude. So I just had to send it to him, Let's see. 8-Bit Flea saying he paid for that trash. That's true. Ryan did pay for it. He took it back, though, 8-Bit. He took it back, though.
The arms, to be clear, the figure's good. The arms are trash. So that's fair.
We'll accept that, because I haven't posed my arms at all for that reason. But
the arms are
8-Bit
garbage.
Flea,
but the last time I
up,
checked,
bro?
the arms do make up part of the figure.
That's true. So, but
No,
Lane, you
20,
can take
20,
points
well,
off.
30% of the figure's trash. How about that?
JB!
What's up, JB? I hope you're doing well, JB. Great to have you here. Matt says starting off with the hot takes already. I know Matt loves hot takes. What's up, Matt? Great to have you here. Another one of our fantastic favorite moderators here. Let's see. We got OG Fan, another one of our great moderators. Got the whole crew in here tonight. What's up, OG Fan? I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to see you. Great to have you here. Awesome Thursday evening to hang out with you all. 16 Junkie, shout out to 16 Junkie, always liking my Instagram posts and stuff. I know I post a lot of news and stuff on there, so it's hard to follow, but what's up, dude? I hope you're doing well. And yes, guys, as Lane says, thank you so much for joining us, and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd very much appreciate it. And then check out all the links in the description for all the great panel members here. I love it. OG says prizes. Wow. I love it, dude. What's up?
Yeah, OG fan. I think OG Fan's giving away a prototype Boba Fett.
Oh, I knew where that was going. I knew where that was going, dude. Don't listen to him, OG. Clink is here. What's up, Clink? Clink says good evening. Good evening to you, Clink. And we have a disclaimer here from my friend Thick Bantha Boy. He says Mr. Mom's opinion is his own, not representative of the community. That's fair. That's fair. What's up, Thick Bantha Boy? By the way, great to have you here, bro. Let's see. I know there's a lot of comments, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll through here. I'm sure I'm missing some people, but again, I'll say what's up to you. Looks like we got Collecting Madness in the chat again. He's going to be joining us shortly. What's up, Chris? Can't wait to have you on here and talk about some Harry Potter, dude. Let's go. Let's see. Yomo's in the chat. What's up, Yomo? I hope you're doing well. Big Dog Pound says, I'm about to cry. I need the Star-Lord. Yeah, well, you're going to be crying for a little bit, dude. That one's going to be on pre-order for a while. You know how this goes. Jeremy from Plastic Hero Collectibles. I actually just got a figure from Jeremy finally. Jeremy is like, he's like, dude, just let me sell you something. And finally, I was talking with Owen in the DTOF, and I was like, dude, I need this particular figure. I don't want to spoil it because, it's a fun little surprise. But I hit up Jeremy, and I was like, can you find it for me? And dude, he found the figure within like 5 minutes. I don't know where he finds this stuff, but he found it within like 5 minutes. And he was like, here's the price. And I'm like, cool, I'll take it. So shout out to Jeremy, Plastic Hero Collectibles. If you need somebody to find you like long sold out figures at a very fair price, Jeremy does a great job because I'm pretty good at finding stuff on the secondary market, and he's done pretty good with prices when I've asked him for quotes and stuff. So check him out. Good person to buy from for sure. Let's see. Yes, Legendary Lane. We love it. You see Legendary Lane everywhere. Well, he's formerly Legendary Lane, now the Midnight Collector. So you got to remember that he's Midnight Collector now, guys. Andrea's in the chat. What's up, Andreas? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here as always. Great to have you here on this Thursday evening. We have Mark Palmer in the chat. Mark Palmer says excited to be here for a great chat. What's up, Mark? I hope you're doing well, dude. And then CSI says, I'm a loser. Guess I fit right in. Yeah, guys, if you're a fan of the It movies, we're part of the Losers Club, That's all of us. We're the Losers Club. And Violet's Geekdom is here. What's up, Violet? I hope you're doing well, Violet, guys. As always, you got to check out Violet's vibrant coloring. I think that's your Violet's vibrant coloring. I think you did that on purpose. You made it rhyme, so it's hard to say. But check out Violet on Instagram. She does this beautiful coloring. She takes out these pages of all this different stuff that people ask her for, and she colors it beautifully. She's done a couple things for me. Definitely check her out on Instagram. She does great stuff. I was very bad at coloring in the lines as a kid, so I don't think I could do the stuff that she does. But let's see. Hello, Aaron. No, the winners have not been picked yet. We have not started yet, so don't worry. Violet said she kind of did that on purpose. That's okay. That's fair. And Facebook user, hello to you. And as I always say, if you want to show your name, there are instructions in the StreamYard listing to show your name if you would like to do so. Of course, you don't have to, but I know some people miss that. And yes, guys, check out 16 Kit. If you haven't already, there's a discount code. We always like to remind you, great place to buy from. Thank you so much, some guy, for dropping that. But I think that's about everybody. Again, guys, if I missed you, don't worry. As we're going through the stream, I will try my best to read your comments. But we're going to get right into it. Again, we're going to start with the releases for the week, and then we're going to get right into the new stuff, all the new stuff that popped through today. So first things first, guys, we're going to have a bit of an open discussion here on the KX Enforcer droid. So, guys, it's funny, and with this one, I did pre-order this one. I do have the first kind of similar figure to this, which would be K2SO. This is not K2SO. It's just a similar droid from Book of Boba Fett, believe it or not. But this is the KX Enforcer droid. So it's interesting, guys. Looking at this after already owning the K2SO, I'm like, wow, this is really close to the K2SO. Obviously, you got some weathering and stuff involved with this one that you don't see on K2SO, but you know, I'm looking at this one and I'm like, man, if you're able to find that pistol that goes with K2SO, which you should be able to find pretty easily, or one of those grenades, I feel like you could certainly use this as a pretty good stand-in for K2SO because he really does not have as much weathering as I expected. I don't know, maybe my eyes tricked me when I was looking at the original prototype photos, but I could say, guys, if this is identical or very similar to the K2SO, it's going to be a fantastic figure. For those of you that don't know, there are some die-cast reinforcements in the joints on this figure, and it feels really, really nice. You know, the K2SO is an older figure, and it still poses really well for me. It still holds up really well. So I think if you guys pre-ordered this one, as long as it's similar to that K2SO release, I think you're going to be very happy with it. And again, I think he looks pretty good. Looking at these photos here, I think if being that I'm somebody that pre-ordered it, I'm not let down at all. I think it looks just like the prototype. And I think he looks fantastic. And again, I already have experience with this figure, essentially, with the K2SO. So I know what I'm getting into. Trust me, guys, I think you guys are really going to like this one. But guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the panel. And everybody in the chat, too, share your thoughts on this KX Enforcer droid. But what are your guys' thoughts on this KX after seeing the final product photos? Do you think Hot Toys delivered on this one for what we could see here in the photos? Lane, go for it.
Yeah.
I know I knew who was going.
Yeah, I thought it looks really good. Obviously, I would probably say, I think you, Connor, and Sean, you guys both have the original K2SO, correct?
Yes,
in
sir.
your collections?
Yes, sir.
So
I did.
one thing,
not anymore.
Okay. Well, that you're at least familiar with how the figure would function and move relatively, because this guy maybe the joints are a little bit better, obviously, since you've had some years now and stuff, but it's probably going to be very similar. I actually like the paint scheme to this guy better, just with some of the weathering and stuff like that on it, because of these guys are more like Battlefield, like they've been fighting Mandalorians and destroying stuff, basically, like mopping up survivors from the massive orbital bombardments, that kind of thing we got from this one scene. So obviously I didn't get this guy, or didn't really consider him too much, because it was just such a minor scene that this guy appeared in.
Very minor. Yeah.
I mean, we saw more from like that Shore Trooper doing stuff in Andor or something than like this guy did, the one who arrested Andor or something. However, I think this figure is really cool. Just watching the unboxing video, the posing for this guy looks like you should be out. Now, obviously, maybe with the height and the thin legs, maybe you have to be, it can have a little bit of where you can't leave him in a pose like that, like bent over like he was there maybe for a long period of time or something. I was going to say, so
the thing
just
about
keep
him,
in mind, he might be better. He might be a little bit better with the
Yeah, I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to compare them. The thing about him, Lane, is because his body is so awkward because of the shape. That's just the character design. It's not Hot Toys doing their fault or anything. But it is a difficult figure to get standing. I have been able to get mine standing, but I don't trust it without a stand. So that little kneeling pose, as cool as it is, you'd really have to work at it. Maybe use some museum gel or something on the limbs to keep them stable. I think to get him in a pose for a long time.
So you think this guy would be a museum piece more than, at least going off from your experience from an earlier version of similar looking
without
figure.
a stand, I would be very cautious, because again, he has some die cast to him as well, apart from along with that awkwardness of the shape of his body. Yeah, so he's got some weight to him. He really does. It's a very nice feeling figure in the hands. Like, it feels very substantial.
How would you guys compare it? And anybody in chat, I'm speaking for the K2SO, because I don't expect a huge amount of difference between these guys. You guys had the Dark Trooper, because that had, while it was completely plastic and had some mix with obviously similar jointing and stuff like that with it, obviously with a little bit of die cast mixed in, that had a real heft. And that one's maybe a little bit different, because the torso was almost kind of, at least for me, was almost too loose, because you could split it in half, so he went like 360 on you and stuff. does this guy, for anybody who may not have that or who may have picked up Dark Troopers because within the last year or so, does that guy have that kind of weight to it? Then would you say comparable to the Dark Trooper?
He's definitely a bit heavier than the Dark Trooper, because the Dark Trooper is all plastic, and it's definitely like, it feels very hollow on the inside. This guy, again, the die cast probably lends itself to that. He's definitely a bit heavier. Again, it all depends on if this is engineered almost exactly the same, which I think it will be. But yeah, the Dark Trooper himself, the Dark Trooper can stand on his own, like Matt is saying.
Yeah, I have him right now.
Yes, I would say, OG, I would certainly say he's more sturdy and more weighty than IG-11. He's got, again, the die cast, even though he doesn't have a ton of it, it really gives the figure some weight, you know. And also, OG, I saw your comment. I had to pull it up. How dare you call me an enabler saying that you pre-ordered 2 KX Enforcer droids because of me? Well, hey, I'm glad you're able to get them. Because, yeah, those went pretty fast once they hit Last Chance. But I think there's some other places that still have them right now.
I think this is a solid figure, you know, overall. However, as we talked about, with all the lines and all the stuff and all the things just for Star Wars, probably this year we have coming to be announced. And we still have other Book of Boba, or Mando still isn't too. You know, we still got like Casca and Fennec and stuff to come. It's hard for me to say get this guy over them, you know. And I mean, like you said, some people have said maybe he's a fill-in for K2SO, but the paint scheme for him, which I think makes him look a little bit cooler. I think the damage, if you like that and stuff,
it adds character, right? It adds a lot of character.
Well, it gives it kind of, obviously this guy was a completely CGI thing, but it gives some more, I think, depth and and I'm putting in quotes, realism, where they have that kind of detail to it, especially in figure form, which you can see it more, you know, because it's actually like physically in your hand and your eyeball looking at it. But, you know, solid figure, just with all the stuff coming, you know, obviously he's waitlisted, so trying to find him. You know, if some of the things, like some of the other Hong Kong reseller sites are going to put him at like, I don't know, $325, $330 or something just for some markup, I'd be hesitant to get him for that pricing just because of what else is coming. But if you can fit him into the budget, or maybe you had a figure you were thinking about, on the fence about, that you hadn't pulled the trigger on, and you think you might like this guy a little bit more, you could pick worse, even just for a solo figure, worse things to buy than this guy, you know, because he's unique.
Yeah, and
we can't take that away from him.
Yeah, and I like that a lot of people, great thoughts, by the way, Lane, and I like that a lot of people have pointed out, like Matt here. Matt said these guys work better as villains than a hero, like in Rogue One. These guys are so annoying in Fallen Order / Jedi Survivor. And yeah, with the thought of more Jedi Survivor figures coming, possibly Cal Kestis, this would be really cool to have K2 together with them. And also, I believe, if I remember correctly, in Andor, K2, a KX droid picks up Andor at one point, right?
Yeah,
so
he hangs him out to dry.
Yeah, so you could certainly, if we ever get those Andor figures somewhere over the rainbow, we can use this with an Andor display as well. And really, he could fit into a lot of different displays. And we're going to move on to Ryan, because I know Ryan wanted to say something. But real quick, what's up, Kaiju? Kaiju says, who's this Midnight Collector dude? Looks familiar, but can't quite put my finger on it. Mysterious and strikingly handsome at the same time. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think Lane got cloned, and this is his clone. Kind of like Moff Gideon, you know. Moff Gideon cloned himself.
I don't know. This guy on the screen here looks a little bit more like mayonnaise, I think, than normally the real Lane looks like, though.
That's fair. That's fair, Lane. If you want to go that route, but yes, Big Dog Pound K2 does skip leg day. That's for sure. But Ryan, I know you had some thoughts on this guy, and it seemed like this is one that I gathered you weren't really super interested in. But what are your thoughts when you see the final product and how it turned out?
I'm ready to bring the hate right now. No, no, I like it. It just, I wasn't a droid person until I kind of started to fall. It's one of those things where it just didn't fit my collection to have that character. I passed on the first one and then the second one. And, you know, I kind of feel like it's one of those like heavy Mando situations. Like Lane said, it didn't really make a huge appearance, but yet it garnered another figure. Kind of like how they did that with Heavy Mando. Although he had a bigger appearance, it gave them an opportunity to make another figure, so to speak. But it looks cool. Like I said, doesn't fit in the collection. What's interesting from even like listening around the community, it's one of those things that people two's become the minimum versus one, is what it seems like.
Yeah, after the,
I've seen
especially for this one, right? When the prototype photos or this product photos, everybody's saying that now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, like I said, no hate on it. Really great figure for those who got it. That's great. And like you said, it's very versatile. I've seen people even like this one over the first, the original. But what's interesting is seeing people, like someone saying I have 2 or 3. Like it's weird how like the numbers of people buying multiples is probably more than people just buying one. Which is cool because there's a lot of versatility to the figure. So yeah, nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's one of those things where it's not for me. Thinking back now, if I was more into droids, because I was starting to get, like, I just got the Tactical Clones R2. That's like my first quote unquote droid. Probably if it was available, I'm not really sure if I still would have gotten it, but I probably would have been like, I didn't give this thing even like an ounce to even think about it. Like it wasn't even in my head. But I probably would have went back and probably would have, I would have dabbled a little more, maybe see, maybe do a little off the racks action on it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it was available at the time, I probably would have maybe dropped something on that. But yeah, great for anyone who's getting it. Congrats to those. But as I said, it was interesting to see the popularity of the figure where people were buying just not one. I saw a lot more people buying multiples versus just one. So
yeah, and I saw a lot of that too myself. So. Definitely agree with that for sure. But yeah, I mean, this is certainly one that not everyone needs. This is one that you could pass on. And also, guys, like many have said in the chat, obviously there's going to be a huge time jump in the next season of Andor. So if I had to be a betting man here, I'd say certainly K2 is going to come back, and certainly Hot Toys might consider reusing this mold a 3rd time. So you never know. I'm not going to say throw it to the hopes and dreams, because if you like this one, consider picking it up. But yes, we have Trevor from 1/6 Shooter here. Trevor says K2 is such a great figure, and it really is, Trevor. That's one that I did not buy originally. I missed out on that one, and I spent a decent amount of money on them on the secondary market. But to be honest with you, I didn't look back at all, because I'm very happy with that figure. I think he's fantastic, and many people often ask, like, this is kind of like a reissue in a way, just in a different form. Did it make me angry? And not at all, I mean, this is something a little bit different, and I think it was different enough to where I'm like, you know what? They didn't directly reissue my K2SO, so, I have no problem with this, and I picked up one myself because I think he looks really cool. You never can have too many droids. That's my rule. Collectible Collector, by the way, what's up? I hope you're doing well. Collectible Collector says, I have too many of those SC-14. Exactly. They're pretty easy to come by, so if you can come across the grenades or the blaster pistol, you can kind of turn it into a K2SO if you'd like, And some people might get crazy and try to dull down that weathering a little bit. You know how people are with the customizations. They're fast, man. Wolf Moon, yeah, so the giveaway entries actually closed at least a few weeks ago. I've been a little behind, and with May the 4th and everything, I had to push it back, the drawing. So if you didn't enter, you did miss out, but that's okay, because there will be more giveaways, I promise you, very soon. Another great familiar face, we have Maz's Toy Box in the chat. What's up, Maz? It's great to see you here, dude. I haven't seen you in a bit. Maz says, what's up, guys? And then he's saying, what's up to Trevor, the 1/6 Shooter. What's up, Maz, though? I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to have you in here, man. Maz, I thought of you when that Present Toys Ripley was announced. I thought of you because, you've been riding or dying for that Ripley with the power loader for so long. I thought of you. That's so funny that you popped in here. Thank you, Rackaman. We have Rackaman here. Rackaman says, new company launching in 1/6 community by the end of the year. Info sent to your IG. I'll have to check that out. I got a lot to do tonight, so I don't know if I'll pull it up, but I will certainly pull it up if I don't remember by this stream. I will pull it up by next stream, because that's really exciting. I'm excited to check it out. New companies doing cool stuff. I'm happy to check them out. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Very much appreciate that generosity, and I think Ryan does as well.
Whew. Oh, man. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I'm just taking a second out from busting some ghosts. I want to thank you for your donation to Connor and to the Hot Toys Hotline channel. And just remember, if you got a ghost problem, who you gonna call?
Oh, the cringe.
It's all right. It's one of those things, you see your own message and it's cringy for you, but we love it. And of course I got to do the Space Juice version. That's unless someone specifies otherwise.
It's spectacular, man.
It is. It's spectacular. And looks like Maz picked up the Ripley figure. We're going to talk about that Ripley figure later. I'm interested to hear everybody's thoughts on that because, there's been some division on that one. Mr. Mom Splooge. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry for calling it the Space Juice. That's my fault.
It's okay. Well, Space Juice is better than Splooge, but
that's Mike is in here. What's up, Mike? Great to have you here, bro. And again, I always love seeing your profile picture. We were talking about skinny legs on K2SO earlier, and you've got the bulky legs of Christian Bale from the new Hot Toys set. I love it, dude. Great to have you here, man. Ekwan, I just kind of got used to hearing my annoying self when I kind of replay parts of streams sometimes. It's like that, you got to get over that because I was much like that, very much like that when I was younger. I didn't like hearing my own voice. I still don't, but what can you do? I ain't afraid of no foam. All right, JB, if we had a point system like Denobi, I'd give you some points for that. That's hilarious, man. Good reference there. But finally, Sean, before we move on, what are your thoughts? I know you said you had the K2, and Lane asked you the question earlier. You had the K2SO, you got rid of it. Is this something that you want to get in your collection after seeing the final product photos?
I do have it pre-ordered. So
did you get multiples or just one?
What was that?
Did you grab multiples of this one or just one?
Multiple.
Nice. How many did you grab? I always got to ask you, Sean. I always got to ask.
Due to the current hostile environment that's going around in the community of how they didn't have enough time to go through and pre-order something, it's going to get angry when I tell them that I ordered 4.
We couldn't get ours because you had to order 4 of them.
Sean, I got mine.
Right?
I got mine, dude. So I'm not mad at you. Yeah, people always get mad at Sean. They always get because Sean's such an army builder.
I'm just going la 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 as he hits.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's like, no. They're all pressing the button right now.
I think it's kind of funny is how everyone had the same option to day 1 pre-order because there's no limitations on day 1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But everyone complains when it's sold out. And they want
Trevor,
it.
we have not talked about Harry Potter. I'm actually saving it, and I'm so glad that you're here because I know you're really excited to talk about the Harry Potter.
Oh, no, we were just that the KX Enforcer droid is from Harry Potter.
Oh, that's right.
It was sent by Voldemort to Mandalore.
No, Sean.
So technically, we should
pulled
just
Harry Potter out of the crib
right now.
No, Sean, you got it wrong. This is who pulled Harry Potter out of the crib after the spell rebounded off of Harry Potter. This is who pulled him out of the crib and saved him. It wasn't Hagrid or anything. It was the KX Enforcer droid. So you got that a little wrong there, but
I'm my bad. I'm sorry.
Real quick. Ryan, I'm so sorry. I can't make this up. Mike had to do it to you. I think Ryan's like, you know what, Mike? I was just joking about having you on my stream tomorrow. Mike said juice us up, so thank you so much for the $2 donation, Mike. And per your command, we're
Per your
juice you
command.
up.
Oh, man. Hey, everyone. Mr. Mom Collectibles. I'm just taking a second out from busting some ghosts. I want to thank you for your donation to Connor and to the Hot Toys Hotline channel. And just remember, if you got a ghost problem, who you going to call?
I have to tell you a story real fast. It gets me really aggravated. I could have put I can still do it, a smoke kit in the back of my pack. So when it makes that like smoke starts flailing out of it. And I opted not to do that. Every time I watch that video, it's like, I might just do it because it's just the best effect. And I never did it. And every time I play that super
now you got to remake it with the smoke, dude.
Well, no, I just crack it open and put a kit in there, but I'm like, I don't want to do it. But I'm like, I feel like I have to do it now.
Hey, so I got a question here. So with Ryan's little thing, did you notice how all the ecto stuff that was all over his right hand, but his right hand was behind in the back.
Right.
So why didn't nothing from his forward hand get all dirty? It's always
you can't determine how the
I put all the
juice
shaving
gets
cream on my
you.
face, and I was trying to keep one hand free because I didn't want it touching my proton pack or anything like that.
That's
So I
what
was
she
trying
said.
that's what
He said, I don't know how Mr. Mom did. Yeah, I know. The real actor here is Chris, bro. Like, that's an Academy Award winning performance.
all right, fine. I'll make another video and step it up to Chris's level. Because obviously my video is not as
Well,
good
dude,
as
Chris ruined us all. He ruined us all. Mine's garbage.
I only put a
Chris
$3,000
did his, and everybody's like, I want to
pack
see
on
Chris.
and
I'm
did
like,
a whole song and dance. Now I got to do another one outside or do something else now.
More space juice, dude. But
That's the power of UPS, man. That's the power of UPS.
That's
we
true.
deliver.
That's the power of the gold
Guy
shield.
bangs on a UPS truck and turns his lips sideways sideways, all of a sudden now he's the star of the show.
What can we say? You know, he's a crowd favorite. He's
still part of the show and doesn't even show up.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, why am I saving Harry Potter for Chris? He couldn't even show up on time.
You know, he finds a girl, gets involved with her, she takes over,
including the comedy.
Sean, do you have any more thoughts on the KX Enforcer droid?
I'm off the stream.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Sean,
the
let's hear
KX
your
Enforcer droid. If you really seriously look at it, Ryan, come back.
I'm here.
I want you to hear about what I think about the KX Enforcer droid. Then you can leave. Please. Love you long time. You number one, Mr. Mom. Laid, breathe, dude.
We lost Lade.
All right.
So, Sean, the KX Enforcer.
Yeah, so the KX Enforcer droid I think is awesome, but what I'm really surprised about is how Hot Toys never gave us like a background, like how this is here to go with it. Usually they find something like a background from a specific scene. I'm really surprised we didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, along with
I love those backdrops when they're done right with the thicker material. I think they're worth it, you know. See you later, Mike, by the way. Take care, Mike. Mike's heading out. Thank you so much, by the way, Mike, for the $2 once again. I appreciate you.
But I also want to, like, posability and everything. It is incredibly awkward. It's easy to tip over.
Exactly.
If it's in the wrong stage and everything else. And I'm kind of surprised that they went with the actual display base that they did because of that. So you're going to have to be careful how you display it, especially since nobody's going to do it in a museum pose. They're going to want to do some type of articulated pose with this.
They're going to try, Sean. They're going to try. That's for sure.
So just be very cautious. Yeah, and just be very cautious when doing that. But yeah, and then hopefully we'll get a probe droid eventually.
I know that's what Ryan was saying. He's like, I'm more interested in that droid in the background. Yeah, I would love to see the probe droid, man. Hopefully, eventually comes to fruition. I think they did a good job at photoshopping it in here and making it kind of look like a figure. But yeah, I think it's really cool, and I'm glad to hear everybody's mostly pretty satisfied with the KX. I think it's pretty cool, dude. Lane's got to pop out real quick. He's having internet issues, but I think we're gonna move on from the KX, guys. But is everybody awake right now? Is everybody in the chat? Are you guys here? Let me know that you guys are here. I need to make sure because, you know, there may be a reason why I'm asking. Is everybody here in the chat right now? Are we all here? Are we awake?
Quick,
I know
some people. Come on, let's go.
I know some people are falling asleep on the releases, but are you guys here? 68 people in the chat. Come on, guys. Are you guys here? Are we all here? Well, I'm going to assume that you're all here because, guys, we're going to do our first giveaway. So, yeah, we're going to do it. We're doing our first giveaway. So, guys, the first giveaway, everybody's saying they're here. First giveaway is a $25 gift card to your favorite comic shop. So this one is from me. So if you do win this, and again, guys, you have to be here live. We're gonna call your name. Please, if you're here and you see this right now and you're present, please let us know. But if you win, reach out to me. Guys, all of the prizes will be handled by Sunday. We'll take care of it, get all the prizes out to you, you know, with work and everything in the weekend. We'll try to get it to you by Sunday. Also, if you do win the grand prize, which is the Heavy Mandalorian, courtesy of Sean, once again, if you're international, you do have to cover international shipping. So it's almost free, but everybody's here. Let's do our first giveaway. So let me head on over to my magic YouTube comment picker real quick. So guys, I have all of the comments as well as the bonus entries in here. You can see here everything I got set up. Again, we're just going to run it. Let me scroll down. I'm just going to press it one time. I know some people like to do 3 rolls, then go. I'm just going to press it one time. So without further ado, our first winner, guys. And again, you have to be present during this stream. We're gonna give you to the end of the stream to say, hey, I'm here. But you have to be present during the live stream. If not, at the end of the stream, after we call the last prize, we will re-roll for those that weren't able to claim their prize. But our first winner, guys, for the $25 gift card to your favorite comic shop / Hot Toys seller of your choice, as long as they offer gift cards, I can get one for you, who's our first winner? Leo Fong 0126. So this is an Instagram entry. Leo Fong, are you here in the chat with us right now? I'm just curious, you know. I'd love to see if everybody just pops up instantly when they've won. But Leo Fong, are you here? I forgot. I knew your YouTube name earlier, but I completely forgot. So Leo Fong, you have until the end of the stream. Once again, guys, if we don't hear from Leo Fong, we will re-roll. But that is our first winner, Leo Fong 0126 from Instagram.
You keeping a record of this? You want me to like write it in the private chat? That way we know
If
who
you
won?
could, I would appreciate that, Ryan. I was gonna ask somebody to do it because I'm doing so much at one time. But Leo,
Yeah,
if you're
that's
here, please let us know before the end of the stream. And guys, if I miss it, moderators, please let me know. Again, we'll re-roll it if we don't hear from Leo by the end of the stream. So, guys, that's our first winner. Don't you worry. As you saw, that was prize number 5, so that means there are 4 more prizes. A lot of great stuff still left to win. So please hang out and stay tuned with us because there's great stuff to win. And that was the number 5 prize. So it's just going to get better as we move on. But guys, next we are going to talk about something that may be not super exciting for everybody.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
So if they win now, are they still eligible for other prizes later?
They're eligible for future giveaways, but not for the same giveaway. I did mention that in the beginning of the stream. Guys, once again, just to reiterate, if you did win and you're here and you're present, you claim it, and there's still drawings being done, you cannot claim anything moving forward in this specific giveaway. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, who let the dogs out? Yeah, Sean let the dogs out. But guys, we're going to talk about this real briefly. I know, trust me, guys, I know. But there are people in the chat that I know are interested in these figures.
Hello, and welcome to Sideshow's
I did not mute this.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Guy, right in the screen, ready for us. But I did not personally end up picking these up. I was looking at these when they first came out. I was pretty excited about these because I thought they looked really good, and it was a really cool like Marvel Comics concept figure, the group of figures, I should say. Let's see. The collector says, if you win the grand prize, can you take the figure instead? Well, yeah, the grand prize is the figure. I'm not sure what you mean by that, unless you're just messing with me. I don't know, but reiterate, please, so I can understand that. But yeah, the grand prize is the figure. But yeah, guys, I just want to have a quick discussion about this because despite what people think about this comic book Origins line, I do think this figure looks really good. Obviously, that first comic Origins Iron Man had that really like unsightly clear plastic that you couldn't remove. This one has that same plastic, but it being that clear blue, that translucent blue, I think it kind of lends itself more to the color of this figure, and it kind of blends in a lot better. I don't have a lot of thoughts to share on this, to be honest with you. I think it looks good. I'm very happy for those that are picking these up. I'm not going to be picking these up again. I was considering it when they first came out. I was pretty excited about them, but my excitement quickly faded, especially after all the stuff that's been coming out. This is going to be a pass for me, but I'm very happy for all those, especially that are big comic fans, unlike myself, because I'm sure this is really exciting for you guys to get some comic representations in a Hot Toys line because it doesn't really happen as often as it should, right? So I have no reason to crap on this one just because a lot of people don't like it. I think it looks really good. It's just not my cup of tea. Again, I thought it was cool when I first looked at it, but with the pricing and everything else coming out, I got to make sacrifices somewhere. And I'm not the biggest comic fan. I just thought it looked cool. So that's my thoughts on this one, guys. This is definitely a really cool figure. Ryan or Sean. I know, Sean, I'll go to you first because I know Ryan's probably got more brief of an answer, but Sean, I know you have the first figure from this line, which is obviously the regular gold and red Iron Man. Are you going to end up picking up the stealth armor as well as the War Machine?
No, I'm not planning on it. So I have the original Iron Man one, the deluxe one with all the nice attachments to it and everything. And that looks good and it's all right. But when these were first announced, everyone thought that these were awesome.
Yeah,
with the stealth and the War Machine. And then Sideshow did that video. I don't remember if it was immediately the same day, the following day, or week or whatever. But as soon as I watched that video and what they were showing, I was just like, no, it's... So like mine looks good with all the pieces for the deluxe version, for the base and everything. It looks fine. But I've also seen where I take it out of there and I'm not impressed with it. So the deluxe base is what makes it presentable.
Right.
And outside of that, I'm not interested in keeping it. So as long as it's there, I'm fine with it. This to me was just kind of a little disappointing with the plastic pieces that you can't remove. and how it shows the plastic piece that'll come off. I know a lot of people have had their plastic pieces broken when trying to remove the front piece. And I tried to remove mine, and I heard a really bad noise with it, and I didn't even continue. So I was just like, I'll just leave it on.
You do it for the people, right, Sean?
Yeah, whatever. But no, I have no interest in getting this one. I've been tempted on the War Machine, but for me to get that, I have to see that in person.
Yeah, that's fair. And, you know, Sean, I think it's a great point that people are making too. Like, Payton said this is going to pop on the shelf, which I certainly agree with this vibrant blue color. And Clone Troopers actually has the original Mark III stealth armor. So to have those two together will probably be a really cool display. So I could see some people maybe grabbing this who just have that stealth armor Mark III just to put them together because they'll look really cool together. I will say this is my first time seeing the display base because I mean, maybe they probably showed it with the original prototype photos, but I don't remember it. This looks really nice. I think it's a nice, clean display base. Nothing special, no metal nameplate, so that's always disappointing. But yeah, Sean, I think overall, this is definitely really sleek looking. Despite the fact that, you know, we're not really interested in it, I think we could probably agree that this is pretty nice looking overall, right?
It is, and it'll look good with the shotgun armor also from Iron Man 3. The shotgun.
Oh, yeah, that one as well. That'll look good as well.
But
CMB's back. What's up, CMB?
overall, it's like you can see how if you can go back a couple seconds on the video.
I'll go back here. How about that?
Oh, where it was both of them together.
Oh, I apologize. Here we go.
Yeah, so when it turns around to the front, see, to me, it's just not.
Everyone's saying they have diapers. Apparently, it's Violet's fault. Do you see a diaper here, Sean? Come on, Violet. How you gonna violate him like that?
No, she has a good point because it does remind me of the G.I. Joe, the first
there you go.
Set of G.I. Joe from the 25th anniversary in like 2007 or 2008, where all the crotch areas look like diapers. So Hasbro had to go change them.
They have the iron.
It does come across like that with the blue one, but for the red one, it doesn't look like it in person.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, again, there's a lot of mixed opinions on this one, on all of these really. So, you know, I'm not surprised people are making jokes about them. Again, I have nothing negative to say about them for the most part. I think they look pretty. I mean, the OG Iron Man, my opinion has faded on that one over time. The clear plastic just doesn't do it for me. But I do think the stealth armor, my favorite color is blue, so the stealth armor is really cool to me. It's just not something I'm going to end up picking up. I completely changed my mind on that one.
And the biggest thing, too, is a lot of Hot Toys clear pieces eventually start to turn yellow.
That's the other thing, yeah.
And that's going to look horrible with this, and that's kind of what's deterred me away from it, too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Ryan, I know you're probably indifferent on these as well because I don't see this as being something you're picking up. But what are your
hard
thoughts
pass?
Hard pass. Do you think it looks good at least, even though it's not for you? Do you think they turned out nice?
I mean, for me, who's like, you know, obviously I'm wearing the purple. I like the purple, like the blue and purple combo. I mean, the purple is cool, like, right? It looks purple to me, at least on screen.
Yeah, it's
like
almost like Dark Side, where his
it looks cool,
purple,
but it just doesn't fit. It's just something that's just. It just doesn't fit with anything. I mean, if you're collecting these things like the neon text, then all for it. That's like a whole separate line, but it doesn't work with my existing Iron Man figures just because of the whole. And I was really turned off, honestly. I would have gotten the first comic version of him, the red and gold one, because it was really cool because it was comic oriented, but I despised the plastic pieces on there. Like, if they would have just made those as an optional piece to come off, that I probably would have gotten the comic accurate version of the blue and the gold, the red and gold. I'm sorry, because it just looked cool to have a comic accurate, like the comic book version of him.
Right.
But once I hard passed on that, got a hard pass on them all because, you know, like the blue, like even the regular Iron Man, which Mark was it? The one, the blue, the stealth one.
Mark
they
III.
do like the Mark III in the blue, and then they did something else. Like even those were passed. But I mean, it's cool for everyone's getting them. But I think it's just one of those where. This is like another addition to the line if you already have them. It's kind of weird, I guess, if you just get the blue one, then it's just, or one of them. If you're collecting them like neon text, then I'm all for it. I understand, but to each their own. But hard pass for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's cool though. They look cool together. That's the problem. They look good together, not separate.
Yeah, and
Like
I
the
think
only one that looks good by itself is the original one, but like you had this by itself, it just looks weird. But when you pair him up with the other one, he actually looks good when he's paired up. Like even with like the warm, like when they're paired together, they look good. But,
right. That's fair. That's certainly fair. But thanks, Brian, for sharing your thoughts. Real quick, guys. Insane One says this looks like the smartest chat around. He is correct. So I know you will leave a like and subscribe to the Hot Toys Hotline and this killer panel if you haven't already. My tapeworm thanks you all. So yes, guys, as always, please drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out our great panel members in the description as well. But moving on, Lane or CMB, do you guys have any thoughts? We're gonna move on to the War Machine briefly here after we take a look at this real quick. But did you guys have any thoughts on the stealth suit? CMB, I don't remember if you said if like TD wanted to pick these up or not. I think I remember you saying he wanted this one. But
Good
refresh my memory.
memory. Good memory.
I did remember. Okay,
yeah,
I remember some things.
That's the one he wants. Is the stealth suit. He passed on the OG one because Iron Man is his favorite, and he likes the old school comic look. But he passed on the OG one just because when I told him, it's clear plastic, over time with UV lights or even LED lights shining on it, it's going to yellow. And I turned him off from it. But then when they announced the stealth suit, he was all about it because I told him, I was like, with it being blue, it'll yellow, but it's not going to yellow to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, that's yellow.
Right. Exactly.
So he was all for this one. So yeah, he's excited for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it looks like the prototype. So, I'm glad he's excited for it, and I'm glad for all the other people that are excited for it, because it looks good. If you were a fan of the prototype, I think you're going to be happy with it, because I think they delivered from what I could see here. So yeah, that's awesome, dude. I'm happy for him because I think he's going to be really excited about this one when it comes in, because it's cool. If it's not for you, that's one thing, but I think you could admit it's pretty cool. It's a cool figure, and I love the paint scheme and everything. So yeah, definitely can't wait to hear his thoughts on it, because I know he's for his age, he's certainly got a good eye for stuff. So I can't wait to hear what he has to say about it.
Oh yeah, he's really excited because his Neon Tech Iron Man gantry showed up today.
Ooh, man, I'm jealous. That's awesome, dude. That's a big piece, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw that one at my local comic shop not long ago. I saw it in person, and to be honest with you, Neon Tech's not for me, but it looked really cool. I can at least say that about some of this stuff. If it's not for you, you could still appreciate the details and everything. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it looks cool, but it's not for me. Plus, Iron Man's not my guy. Like, yeah. War Machine's my guy. So
we're gonna talk about War Machine. Don't you worry, we're gonna get to War Machine, because I love the War Machine, man. And yes, 8-bit, I would agree. The plastic just isn't for me. And if it was like fully removable, that would have been best case scenario. I think we've all kind of voiced that opinion, but it is what it is. This is what we got. And I think most people, if they really like the comic inspired look here, they're gonna go for it regardless. But Lane, before we move on to the War Machine, we're just going to briefly talk about the War Machine. I just wanted to kind of showcase it really quick. But did you have any thoughts? And you can kind of cover all of these figures as we're talking about it. Did you have any thoughts on the stealth suit / the War Machine?
Well, the stealth suit, this was, I think, the best looking one to me of all of them, just for the suit itself. I think the color combination, but like seeing here, just, I don't know. I understand and know we're always talking about action figures here, but seeing how the arms pop out there and everything, that feels more like a action figure-y thing, look and feel to it, than even like, say, the KX droids or something.
We're going to take a look at an action figure later today, Lane. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but this, and I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because I actually like some of the other head sculpt face plates they can put on it. That gave it more of the 70s kind of looking style to it. I think it's fine, but there's so many other Iron Mans you can get right now, or you can got coming, like the Mark 6 2.0, which I would be like, that would be much cooler Iron Man, I think, whether with the gantry or just by itself for a lesser price point. Not a whole lot less, but a little bit less.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. But, so I think it's fine, but like with the plastic stuff, I didn't like that from the moment I saw it. the thing was, I thought I was going to transition more what you're about to just give a kind of a refresher on here in a second. The War Machine. I thought the War Machine was going to be my favorite of them because of this kind of like, 70s, 80s style look to both the armors I kind of went with. I thought he was going to be my favorite one of the three, but I don't know. He just didn't. Maybe it's a thin body. Maybe it's I'm too used to the MCU versions of the suit, which are big and because when I think of War Machine now, I think of big and bulky, not skinny and agile. Thank you, CNB.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But that's not to say that I think I actually think on this one, the plastic translates better because it's the darker color scheme and stuff to the War Machine, where I don't feel like at least from looking at the pictures of it, that I had noticed it quite as badly as I did with the Iron Mans. Now in hand, it may be just the same thing, Yeah. But I still think this one looks cool, but I still think that I think it looks fine, but it just, it really, and I'm sure maybe they use part of it, it feels maybe almost too much and look like the Iron Mans. There's not quite enough where when you look at the MCU Iron Man, you look at a War Machine suit, there is very different, like to the style and body and stuff. You can automatically see differences to them where, and because this makes sense though in the old school comics, since the War Machine suit was based off of the Iron Man suits, like from the beginning, they weren't more tank developed or something. So it makes sense why he looks like that. But I don't think there's enough differentiation between these two suits necessarily to make it worth. Should I buy this War Machine to go with the Iron Man? Because I look at it and there's not that different in like the size scale or something like that. I think the accessories are good. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel there's not enough different to it body type wise to make it worth getting with it along with if you're going to buy one of the Iron. Because I would buy the Stealth. Because I still think it's the best looking one.
Yeah, and honestly, after seeing the final product, I do think I like the War Machine the most in terms of what he comes with. I love the bulky shoulders. I love the gun. That's why we love War Machine, right, guys? All the different missiles and cannons and all the different, like the Gatling gun. Like, that's why we love War Machine, because it's so different.
Would you get this over the Mark 1 reissue?
Absolutely not. These take a back seat. We've got the Mark 1 still on pre-order. The Mark 46 2.0 still available. There's the Mark 3 on pre-order in some places still. Like, there's a lot of different great Iron Man figures on pre-order, and unless you're a big comic fan, that's kind of the market that these are for. And I'm very happy again because this is the different stuff that you want to see. I know Matt was making his joke saying, "Oh, we don't have enough Iron Man announcements," but this is one of those I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for those that are comic book fans. It's not for me. Again, I very much changed my opinion on these, but I do think they're really cool. Eddie says he'd rather even get the holographic Listerine Iron Man, to be honest, before he touches these. War Machine is the only one he kind of likes. But I'm sure everybody's kind of sentiments are the same. I just want to ask you guys before we move on, if you had to pick one, the Stealth Armor or the War Machine, what would you go with? Lane, you heard his answer, Stealth Armor for me. And guys, this is for the chat as well before we move on from this figure. Which one would you rather pick? Me personally, I'm going War Machine, like I said. I love the different guns. I love how they tuck behind his back when they're not in use. I think it looks really cool, again, apart from the plastic pieces. I'm not a big fan of that, but I think he's cool. Ryan, which one would you pick if you had to pick
War Machine.
War Machine. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe, And Cigars, I think you mentioned earlier, the War Machine was the one that you thought was the coolest too, as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he just looks so good, man. Like War Machine, again, he has just different stuff going on than all the Iron Man suits we've seen. I love that Gatling gun. It's so iconic, and on this comic-inspired look, I think it just works, See, Peyton, blue's my favorite color too, but I had to take it out of this decision because once I saw those Gatling guns, I'm like, man, that's cool. And these guys look like they're not having a good day right here. But Don Prime in the chat, what's up, Don? Don says need an early '90s comic War Machine, dude. I like I said, I'm happy for all of you that were able to get some comic inspired stuff. Those are a fan of these comics. I think it's really cool. It's something different. Sean, before we move on, what would you pick, man? If you had to choose one, would it be the Stealth Armor or the War Machine?
War Machine.
Nice. War Machine across the board. And as you say that, Sean, we have a War Machine joining us on stream. We have Chris, the Collecting Madness here. Guys, say welcome back, please, to Chris. We have not seen Chris on stream in 3 weeks. He was on his honeymoon again. Big congratulations to Chris. My boy is married. He can now call himself a husband. He had a great time on his honeymoon, so Chris is back with us finally. It's great to have
him.
Now
Watch the hot toy collecting start to dwindle.
I know. So when Chris starts passing on everything, now you know why.
Now you know why.
First and foremost, I'd like to say I missed the panel. I missed the chat. Glad to be here. I've been excited for that. I've been looking forward to this all week, past 2 weeks, actually. But if you thought this was a regular intro...
I told you. I told you, Big Dog Pound. I told you. I told you.
Come on. Everybody, listen. This is how we're going to do it. I'm the wedding ring wearing, package car driving, hot toys wheeling and dealing, delivering, son of a gun. Woo! And I'm going to cast a spell on y'all just for the heck of it.
Damn, just for the Harry Potter. There you go. He whipped out the wand for Harry Potter.
Chris, unfortunately, you're going to have to buy another championship belt here soon.
Yeah.
After next weekend.
It's the guy from the video. Chris, you're the guy from the video everybody loves. That's why you got to make more, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said you'll be trading him. Don's roasting you, man. He said you'll be trading him for a ball and chain soon.
I think next time is after he has to get that new championship belt. You're also going to have to, Chris, wear some shoes like Seth Rollins wears.
There you go. 12-inch Smooth Stream. What's up, bro? I didn't see you in the chat. He says, I hope you have a nice collection. Yeah, he hope you like your collection where it is, dude. But
hey, she has some hot toys in here. Like, she collects with me. All right.
Yeah, I know that means you're not collecting anymore yourself.
That's true. He's just has his new way of getting hot toys. Sweetie, this one's for you. I got this for you. And by the way, what's up, 1-6 Fix? 1-6
You don't
Fix is
understand,
incredible.
man.
We love it,
You're
dude.
married now, so half of everything you own belongs to her, no matter what.
But I do got a serious question for Chris. Chris, do you have a spare bedroom in your house right now?
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going already.
I know.
I already
No,
like
it's just no. I'm being serious because if there's a chance that you're going to be a dad, you have to look at your room, your collection room, and I know you just went and you were tricked into all those DTOFs. Or not? Yeah,
I wasn't tricked. I wanted to
leave DTOF collectors alone.
You were
Sean.
tricked.
We're actually thinking about buying next month, and I'll have a basement, so I'll have to remove all of this. I mean, it won't be for a while because we're doing a new build.
Oh, guys.
So,
real quick, Furbo, thanks for letting us know. The Battle Droid is shipping from Sideshow. I just checked my email real quick, and mine are shipping out.
Awesome.
Nice. Yes, guys. So check your emails. Looks like my heart's like $400 goodbye. $400 goodbye. No, it's not
you were
quite
freaking out about stuff.
Oh no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Come on, Chris. You ain't gonna come back here talking about I'm freaking out. But anyways, guys, real quick, I think
email charging soon.
There we go. Everybody get your email.
Chris.
Thanks, brother.
Looks like we got Doug Gambino in the chat. What's up, Doug Gambino? I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to see you here, guys. I think to celebrate my boy Chris coming back, I think it's time to do another giveaway. So, is everybody here right now? Is everybody? He said the nose whistle is back. Sean, put the nose whistle away, dude. There was a comment in the last stream, Sean, after the stream ended about the nose whistle. I'm like, come on, Sean.
It's not my fault that I got a deviated septum because I
do too, Sean. My nose is screwed up,
hit
dude.
Me.
Hey, it could be worse.
I just don't understand why everyone wants to make fun of someone with a disability of a whistling nose.
They want to hear you whistle.
Do I really
too,
make fun of anyone? Oh, wait, I should shut up because I do it all the time. My bad. Go ahead. Continue, guys.
All right. Everybody loves you, Sean. They love your jokes. But guys, prize number 4. Once again, the person that won the first giveaway, I've already forgot their full name. Ryan wrote it down.
It's in the private chat, obviously.
Okay, so
you've already given
once
away
again,
a prize?
we gave away one so far. Leo Fong. Once again, you have until the end of this stream to let us know. If not, we're gonna re-roll your prize by the time we get to the last one. So please, if you're here, let us know. That goes for the rest of the stream until we pick the grand prize, and then we're gonna re-roll. But for guys, we're gonna, excuse me, I just don't know what I said there. Let me pull up my magical comment picker once again. Again, here we are, Leo Fong. We're gonna pick another winner. So guys, once again, this is for $25 to the comic shop of your choice. And once again, this is from me. So if you win, please reach out to me after you claim in the stream. Good luck to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for participating. Let's pick our second winner for prize number 4.
So you're not really winning anything. It's just going to be an email saying,
Paul Olino. I know this guy's YouTube channel. This is a friend of mine, and I'm forgetting it right now. Paul, please tell me you're here, because when I was pulling up the listing for the winners, I knew who you were. Paul Olino, are you here? I want to see it pop up. Maybe one of them tonight, guys. They'll pop up instantly. But Paul Olino, congratulations. You are winner number 2 for the 4th place prize. Are you here, Paul?
Reaching out about the car's extended
Boba Fettuccine.
warranty.
Is that really you? Is that really you, Boba Fettuccine? Really, Boba? Is that you, bro?
How would you forget that name, too? You're a Boba
I know.
Fett fan.
But look, I spent an hour and a half after I went through these for 2 weeks putting them into the thing. Paul, Boba, congratulations, bro. So great to see you win, man.
We're going to have to see 3 forms of ID.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check.
You know, guys, we're gonna be checking on this, but Boba, bro,
fine.
I couldn't ask for a better person to win. Congratulations,
Congratulations.
dude. $25 you're gonna take from me, dude. But where's it gonna be to? Let the chat know, man. Or maybe it's a secret. You don't want people to know that you're buying from them. That's okay, dude. You know how to reach me. That means, guys, our second prize is claimed by Boba Fettuccine. And thank you so much, Ryan, for logging that for us. Congratulations, Boba Fettuccine, on the 4th place prize. That's awesome, dude. I'm so glad that we're moving right along and one of our prizes was claimed. So, guys, once again, that was only our second prize that we've picked, prize number 4. We have 3 more great prizes to choose from. So don't you worry if you haven't been picked yet. There's still a chance that you could win. So moving on, guys, to what a lot of people want to talk about. I think we're all hooked on a feeling today because we saw the announcement of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Star-Lord. Sorry, I was kind of pausing because I was bringing Lane in. Welcome back, Lane. Yeah, we need proof of life, Boba Fettuccine. We need proof of life. Legacy Comics. Well, yeah, awesome, dude. Like I said, we'll touch base after the stream, and we'll get you set up. I've never actually purchased from there, so that's awesome to hear that a local comic shop, maybe local to you, has gift cards. That's great. But guys, moving on, we're gonna talk about Star-Lord, and because I'm so excited about Star-Lord, we're all so excited to talk about Star-Lord. We're gonna open up a poll, and I'm very proud of myself because you know Ryan always has to remind me about the polls, but not this time because I remembered this time. The poll is, guys, the Lord of Stars, cop or flop. There we go, guys. The poll is up. Vote cop if you're going to end up picking this up. Flop if you're like, you know, this is not for me. I've already got my Star-Lord. I don't like it. Voice your opinion, guys, on the Star-Lord here.
What if it's like you think it's good but don't want it? That's not a flop.
Chris, in my poll, we have 2 options, cop or flop.
Chris,
I just got done congratulating you and bringing you back in, and now you're going to sit here and question my poll? But guys, hey,
he's got that married brain questioning everything already, and it's only been a couple weeks.
I don't even know you anymore, dude. But anyways, guys, please vote in the poll. We're gonna get started. We're gonna talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Star-Lord, guys. Just to start right off the bat, the pricing on this guy is $265. Now, I will say, I was talking to my boy Nate. Shout out to Geeking Out on the phone this morning, and Nate said, hey, I could see this being $285, and I'm like, dude, I hope not. I said, realistically, $265 or below is what I'm looking at on this one. Otherwise, I'm going to be pretty upset. So, for this one, I'm going to say $265 is fair. Is it excellent? Not necessarily, because it doesn't come with a lot, but considering we have a newly developed head sculpt, yes, guys, we did get a new head sculpt. I think $265 is pretty fair.
Wait, you're saying Rocket's more?
Rocket is more, Chris. Rocket is more expensive.
Garbage.
But and I want, yeah, it's, again, we talked about Klopp. Yeah, you can say Klopp if you want. And Raz, it's funny you bring up the Volume 2 Star-Lord, because that will always be my favorite Star-Lord. I love that long trench coat look. I love that gray long T-shirt that he has on underneath. That's my favorite look. I have that one in my collection. I have the deluxe myself, and it's fantastic. But yeah, shut up, married boy. Exactly. Get him out of here.
That's married man to you.
Yeah,
and you guys are just
Barnacle
jealous
man.
I didn't marry y'all.
But guys, I honestly really do like this sculpt. I don't think it's perfect. And after we kind of go through the photos of the prototype figure, the prototype photos, we will take a look at the side-by-side comparison that gentleman always puts out after a new announcement from Hot Toys. I did want to point out, too, now that I have this picture pulled up, I can see what Hot Toys is doing here. I think what they're going to do is every single time they announce a new member of the Guardians, the next one's going to be teased in those photos, because that's what they've done so far, right? We saw Rocket get announced. We then saw, in the announcement for Rocket, Star-Lord was teased. And now we're seeing Nebula being teased in the photos for Star-Lord. So I would put my money on Nebula being the next in this lineup. And,
never say never, because Groot was the first one, and the person behind Groot was Star-Lord.
Well, also, I think in the Groot photos as well, I think, wasn't Rocket on the shoulder, on Groot's shoulder in one of the photos?
Shoulders, but the person that was behind him, like how Nebula is, was Star-Lord.
Yeah, so that one, I guess that one was more of like a 50-50 shot, you know. But hey, now I'm basing it off the current trend. Let's say, okay, we're gonna scratch Groot. I'm gonna start from Rocket. I'm gonna say if they continue the trend from Rocket, where we saw Star-Lord in the background, I would expect Nebula to be next.
So what? Tree lives don't matter to you?
Yeah,
tree lives do matter, but I think Nebula's next.
Wow, can't believe I came back to this.
So yeah, Raz.
You might as well just leave, dude.
Raz, when it comes to the helmeted sculpt, for those that haven't seen the movie, he does not wear the helmet at all in this movie. So that's why they didn't include the helmet. And I saw a comment from James Gunn. I think he said, like, in Star-Lord's desk on Nowhere is where the helmet was. It was tucked away in his desk in the desk drawer. Something like that. I read that earlier. It was a comment from James Gunn. And yeah, I mean, collection obsession, I think that's a great idea to reuse this head sculpt, but I'm very happy with the Volume 2 one. Is it perfect? No, but I think it's pretty good. But real quick, before we move on to someone else's thoughts, guys, I just want to share my thoughts on the head sculpt. I got to be honest with you. I do very much like the facial portion, the facial sculpt. I do think that the hair is a bit chunky for Hot Toys' typical sculpted hair. You know, I think it's a little chunky in the front. Is it terrible? No. Am I nitpicking a little bit? Yes, but I would have liked to have seen the separation on the hair a little bit more. I do think it looks like Chris Pratt's hair in the movie. I just think it's a little chunky. It's a little bit on the chunkier side. But apart from that, I do think he looks great. I love the head sculpt. Chris and I talked about this earlier. He does have that really like scruffy look in this film. And it doesn't quite come across as much with the sculpted beard here, but it's kind of difficult to replicate kind of like those loose beard hairs sticking out in certain spots. So I get it. But again, overall, my thoughts, guys, I think the proportions are good. I think this is a very good head sculpt. Overall, I think he does look really good. And again, for $265, I'm pretty happy with that price personally. But moving on to Ryan, we actually are going to go down the list on this one because obviously this is a very special announcement. Ryan, are you hooked on a feeling with the announcement of this Volume 3 Star-Lord, dude?
Yeah, I am. I like it. I pre-ordered it. We did it right before stream. We pre-ordered it from Off the Racks and used a certain code, Toys Hotline code, and saved $15 off my purchase.
There you go. Look at Ryan. He's getting good at plugging. But yes, guys, Off the Racks now has Star-Lord. So if you do purchase from Off the Racks, use the code HGH, which Ryan and I have been using and abusing, and save yourself $15 off.
Yeah,
and you could save quite a bit of money, right, Ryan? I mean, it's like $40.
So for those out there who might have been in the same boat as me, I was one of those where it was like, yeah, I'm really not doing. I sound so excited. Yeah, I'm tired because my daughter's been sick, and so I'm just kind of like a little rundown. It's been a busy.
He was excited backstage. He really was.
Yeah, and also to be fair, my daughter's trying to go to sleep right now, so I'm just trying to keep my voice down just a little bit so I don't kind of wake my daughter up, because then it's gonna be hell. I think she just woke up actually, but I do like the figure a lot. I was gonna wait till Drax was announced to decide whether or not I was going to go all in on the Guardians line. But that being said, I really do like what I see here. I really hope Drax is next. I think for people who are, just because we haven't got one from Volume 2, and I think people really do want to see Drax personally. I think he's, me personally, when it comes to figure form, he's definitely my favorite one, like that I really want. I have no complaints about this. 265 would have been my tap out. It just irks me now that I see this price and I'm like, Rocket was 280 for that garbage
It's
price.
rough, man.
It was
It's
just
rough,
it was a
dude.
travesty. So that was part of the reason. If people want to know my reasoning behind it is that I got it from off the racks, used the 15 off, and that really kind of lessened a lot of the blow for me. So a lot of the figures that are coming out, I'm going to get through them. They're like 300 and below, especially this Guardians line. So like if Drax is in the 260 mark, 270, that 15 off and the free shipping and tax from off the racks is really going to help me out. And it's going to save me money where that because it is it's a big line of figures. So I have to bite the bullet and get Groot and Rocket, unfortunately, from Sideshow, and definitely pay a little more there. But I'll, like we talked earlier, Connor, I'll offset my savings by going this route. But because off the racks does sell out pretty quick. He doesn't get a lot of stock like Sideshow. So, his are like Rocket and Groot are gone already. So I didn't want to miss the opportunity. So I'm thinking in my head, 265, 15 off. Yeah, I got to go there and get it. I like the facial expression. I think it looks like Chris Pratt.
It's funny because Aaron, right as you said that, Aaron said, I hate it, but I like it too.
No, you know what it is? It's something different because how many sculpts is this of Chris Pratt now? 1, 2, 3, 4?
We have 4 because we had Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Infinity War. Not in that order, obviously.
To be honest with you, what are you going to do with it at this point? It's almost like Tony Stark, like the Mark 6. Like
they always got to change up, like give him a smirk, give him up a sad look, what have you.
Exactly. You got to do something different. So, I mean, I don't fault them for giving you a little bit of and I think it's pretty cool. I imagine that the earbuds are magnetic that pop into his ear because there's
I was wondering that, and
they should be magnetic or some kind of push-in system. So
to answer while you're talking about that, Don asked if we think Hot Toys is going to do the Zune logo. No. They
no.
They get us with that every time.
Someone's going to make a dry rub. Sorry.
Yeah, if they won't do a Nike logo for Miles Morales' shoe, they're sure as hell they're not going to fork over the money to Microsoft to use their logo because they got to pay for license rights to use logos.
Yeah, so you'll find a dry rub on eBay and be done with it.
Yeah, that's
the hair. Like I said, the sculpt looks really good. I like the sculpt a lot actually, and that's what drew me to it. Like, wow, it looks really good. The hair, I don't mind it. I mean, his hairstyle in Volume 3 was definitely different. It was thicker, heavier, poofier, like kind of messy all the time. Yeah. So I don't mind it. I could see them changing it and like cleaning it up a little bit, but I'm not upset with what I see.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
There's a lot of you know what it is. It's just that it's styled differently, but I do like I know we're talking about the hair, but I do like the individual curls, the volume to it. It looks good. It just I don't know if it's the exact style of what his hair was. But they made the best.
Just turned into a Pantene commercial.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well, but the reality is for me personally, 265 minus the 15, I'm not paying taxing and shipping. It was a home run. And so this one is my introduction into the Guardians 3 line. I will, because Sideshow has Drax and Rocket, I'm not in a rush to get those. I'm just hoping that they skip Nebula's release, like announcement, and they go right to Drax because he's the one that I think everyone wants. And funny enough, I think that will probably be the last one we see.
Really? Everybody's saying, it's funny because everybody's saying they think Drax will be last in the chat. And Drax, guys, like that's elephant in the room. Yes, Drax is what everyone wants. I want the Drax. You guys want the Drax because that original Drax, to be fair, he didn't look great. And he's also very expensive. It's not a bad figure. It's still a cool figure, but it wasn't like top tier work from Hot Toys. But, it was our only option for the longest time. So, yeah, I think all of us are like, come on, give me that Drax, man. It's like, at this point, I'm like, I don't care what the look of him is. I just want a Drax because I love the character. We all know and love the character. So, yeah. I'm just theorizing based on the recent little pattern that they're doing. I'm thinking that Nebula will be next, but Cigars is right, and Hot Toys is certainly not very predictable right now. We kind of got proven very much wrong on May the 4th with our predictions, but I'm excited to see what else they put out. Ryan, I do foresee them doing this whole line. I honestly don't see Gamora happening.
It's not that I'm optimistic. Like, yeah, they're all committed to it. It's just that as a collector, I want to see you got to take a leap of faith with these figures. Groot was a lot of money, to put up for that price, especially if you're going to go deluxe. Like, to be very honest with you, I may not get the deluxe Groot. I might get the regular. just to save some money, because
That's fair.
I'm gonna have all these kind of lined up in like a more of a Justice League power pose, not poet, but like kind of all together. And that, I'm not really looking at having Groot displayed that dynamically, so I might as well just save the money. I mean, in this case, I might as well save the $50, which increases the tax and the shipping. I'll save myself some money there. So I'm probably gonna get the regular Groot. It's just that for me, I just kind of want to see them come out, because I want to get an idea where these price points are. And the first two really left a bad taste in my mouth. Like I said, I priced it out. For me, $660 to get Groot Deluxe and Rocket shipped to my house. $660 plus another $260. We're at what, like almost $900 right now for 3 figures, and we're still missing another 3 or 4 figures. So for me, I was kind of like, I want to see where like the actual humans come in, like this one, the Nebula, and see where their price points are, and then I can see, all right, can I swing this?
Yeah, that's
$8.95 before shipping and tax.
Well, and my $650 with
them.
shipping and tax. Now add another two. I'm just saying, add another $260 from off the racks on that. So it's like, the money's adding up very quickly. And when these release, they're probably going to be released with a bunch of Star Wars figures, Return of the Jedi, for next year. So there's a lot clumped in right now.
A lot of decisions to make.
Exactly, a lot of sacrifice.
And we still haven't seen all the Return of the Jedi.
Exactly. So I was really trying to hold off, but I knew, Connor, from how off the racks operates now, like if I was going to get it, I had to get within the first 24 hours to make sure I was
going to be gone. He sells out very quickly now. Good for him. That's a great to see. Great to see everybody supporting a very much local comic shop, and we have Lane to thank for kind of sharing off the racks with us. Very much appreciate it. But
I know that's how I sent you spiraling into the Purge Trooper black hole the other day.
Yeah, it's your fault, Lane. But hey, I got it in, and I really like the figure, so at least that's saying something. Real quick before we move on to Sean, Louise is here. What's up, Louise? I hope you're doing well. Louise says, I think this is the best head sculpt of Chris Pratt that I have seen from all the Star-Lords that Hot Toys has released so far. And I would agree. I think the likeness on this sculpt is definitely the best. In terms of the actual likeness of Chris Pratt, I think this is the best one. And again, I know when it comes to expressions, you're going to have your own opinions on it. Me personally, I do actually really like this, because I think this is a very Star-Lord-esque little smirk that he has going on here, like kind of like when someone's taking him on and he's ready to implement one of his famous plans. I think this is really cool. So I think this is really cool. And Thick Bantha Boy, I would agree. I think the price point of $265 is very fair on this one, all things considering. Again, he doesn't come with a lot, but we know there's that heavy Marvel tax that we've seen a lot recently. So I'm glad to see that they came in much lower on this one versus the other two announcements we've seen thus far. And Joe P says, thanks, Lane. Now my go-to site is so popular. Hey, at the end of the day, we're not the only ones promoting Off the Racks. There's other YouTubers that support them as well. So it's just, there's a lot of eyes on them right now. But trust me when I say, John, the owner of Off the Racks, he tries his best to restock stuff if he sees that it's popular. Because, guys, we talked about this on our recent Tuesday stream. Like, it's something where they have to get it within like the first couple weeks, it seems like, if they want to get
my LCS, like most LCSs that are official distributors, I think it's within the first month. Like Sideshow makes them have to put it in their order.
Yeah, it's getting pretty quick for them now.
Yeah, that's what I've had to do when I order for my LCS. Like if they're going to special order for me or something, I have to make my mind up in the first month or they can't do it.
Yeah.
I think there's been one occasion where they were, months after the figure was available, that they were able to actually, get a special order for me. But like, I've had them tell me no on 2 or 3 figures, because it was like 2 months after they were announced or something. So
yeah,
that is the trick. And he did, like, just an example, he originally sold out of the Return of the Jedi Vaders and or at least I think the deluxe edition of Vader and C-3PO, and he got them back. So he managed to order.
Yeah, I remember reaching out to him. I was like, hey, dude, I was going to get one of my Vaders from you. I was talking to John, and he was like, I'm working on trying to get more. And then he hit us with a big restock on pre-orders. He got Vader, he got C-3PO, he got Ken from Iconic.
And he's had some recent ones back in like
R2-D2. He got today, more R2-D2s today again.
And
so
they
it's awesome
went bye-bye in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, poof, goodbye, see you later. Yes, 12-inch Smooth Stream. We do Tuesday streams. This week we canceled, but we do Tuesday streams pretty regularly. Yes, Big Dog Pound. At this point, everybody's cheaper than Cobb Vanth at this point. But
I did mention too, if some people are going in, if you are looking for a Cobb Vanth because he has waitlisted, just a little bit earlier, I had just was randomly looking for some stuff on BPTS, Big Bad Toy Store, and Cobb Vanth was still. Now this was about 45-50 minutes ago. So
okay,
I mentioned, I put in chat, guys, for anybody who was here, because we've had more people come since then. Cobb Vanth for $314.99. So it's a little bit more expensive than original Sideshow pricing, and you still have to pay tax. But if you're still after that figure of him, he is still available for pre-order with $4 shipping.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Ling. Yeah, guys, check out Big Bag Toy Store if you're still trying to get that figure.
Hey, also on Big Bad Toy Store, you can do Pile of Loot, where you can add multiple items over time, and then the shipping will still only be $4. So if you have all these pre-orders coming out, and say you end up only like having 5 Hot Toys in your pile of loot, it'll only cost you $4 to ship them.
Exactly.
You can only keep it in your pile of loot for 90 days, though, unless you contact their customer service and ask for an extension.
Yep. I actually just got an email today about some of my vintage collection figures, but
because I had to do that once. I had a bunch, but one got delayed, so I contacted their customer service and said, "Hey, you guys just told me this figure was delayed, but I have a bunch in my pile of loot. And is there any way to extend it so I can get this figure and then ship everything?" And they were cool about it. They're like, "Yeah, we'll give you extension, no problem." And then they just told me any time in the future, if your 90-day window is running out, contact their customer service. And they said most times they can extend it out for you unless like they have something that's going on where they can't. But they said most times they'll be able to actually extend your 90-day window for your pile of loot as long as you let them know.
There you go. I mean,
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, guys, those are little tricks here with all, like we always tell you about Sideshow tips with the NRDs and stuff. There's another tip to add to your toolbox, when it comes to 6-scale collecting. Thank you for sharing that, Cigars. I didn't know about that. I'm calling us tools. But Sean, moving on to you, dude. What are your thoughts on Star-Lord, man? I mean, $265 for a very popular actor in the Marvel Universe, Chris Pratt. What are your thoughts on the pricing, and how do you feel about the figure as a whole, especially the head sculpt? Because obviously that's the biggest topic of conversation today.
I like it. It's good. I just ordered it. However, I had a thank you code, and it said it was working, and when I hit process, my code got pulled out, so I got to contact Sideshow.
Oh, man.
And find out why.
What, an error with Sideshow?
I know.
That never happened, Sean. How dare you?
I mean, I remember
especially,
the great error
with coupons?
19.
No. With their coupons.
Right. Oh, you talk about Cobb Vanth, and then look who comes out of the floorboards. We got Denobi here. Denobi says, "For the life of me, why Cobb Vanth is so much is beyond me." Easy, Pat. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame because I really like the character, dude, and I did end up pre-ordering him. So
justified.
Yeah, so I'm crying about the price, but then I'm part of the problem.
Showed there was a picture that circulated around the internet. They just did a promo photo for the new Justified. They had Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, he's coming back. It's Justified. I forgot the name of the show, but it's still Justified, but then it's got something past it. But yeah, it's Timothy Oliphant's taking. He's going to be doing Redland Gibbons again. He had his hat on. In the picture, he had his head down. And he was holding on his hand on the brim of his hat. The typical pose he does in the show. That he did in the shows. But yeah, they're doing another thing of Justified.
That means that Cobb Vanth 2.0 is going to be $350.
I know. They're just going to raise the price. And Denobi, we're all getting charged, bro.
People are going to take the Bubba head sculpt, put it on Cobb Vanth, and then take that Cobb Vanth head sculpt and make a Justified figure. Yeah.
There you go.
I would like to see Cobb Vanth's speeder, though.
Sean, all right, Sean. Look, we're getting off topic.
Okay,
Sean,
sorry, my bad. Star-Lord.
What are your thoughts on Star-Lord?
My fault.
Yeah,
no, it's all good. It's all good. You're excited. I get it. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the J&D Studios Catwoman. Anyway,
don't say anything.
Yeah, no, Star-Lord is awesome. I think it looks good. The actual, I kind of want to call it a uniform instead of a costume. Really, because that's the whole entire team.
Yeah, it's a uniform, is what it is.
Yeah, it's
call it whatever you want.
An outfit,
I actually
perhaps?
appreciate it more seeing it now because I was kind of concerned with all the trailers and everything that I wouldn't like it. But seeing these pictures now, I hope this is what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm disappointed we
had
never
the
got the
helmet, too.
helmet. Yeah, I'm disappointed we didn't get the helmet in the movie. But it's fine. You know, I was thinking you could just always take, if you have any other Star-Lord helmets, you could always just put that onto this
Exactly.
figure.
It should fit. I mean, it might.
Yeah, as long as
especially...
the pegs are right. Yeah, as long as the pegs are right. I should have said that. Then
Exactly.
it
And you could always get those off of eBay, right? I mean, it's not difficult to do. And if you guys want to do that and you have any questions, certainly ask anybody on the panel. I'm sure we'll be able to help you.
Or you could, if you really want to get accurate, just hire somebody to do a 3D print of the head. Because it's just it's the mask and then a helmet on top if you're actually trying to get the Annihilation look. I'm sure there's somebody out there that could custom do one. So if you're really that adamant on wanting the helmeted sculpt, it's not hard to acquire it, I should say.
So are we allowed to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now?
It's been.
I would say.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would say I didn't give people a forewarning beforehand, so I would say no. I'm sorry, Sean.
Sorry, Sean. I was on honeymoon, bro.
Yeah, I didn't.
Dude, I'm tired of your excuses.
I didn't give anybody a warning beforehand, so I'm going to say no. No spoilers, please, on Guardians.
Hey, I tried watching on honeymoon, and wife wouldn't do it. So.
So
and
yes, you know who wears the pants in this relationship?
Yeah, your wife wouldn't do Guardians of the Galaxy. Straight to jail right away.
Exactly. She was like, you know what?
He was busy, dude. Come on.
She said, you put a ring on my finger. I get to tell you how it goes down now. We ain't doing no movies.
It take you to.
Dude, there is so much hate going
Star
on.
Wars land and everything.
All right. Well, anyways,
not a lot.
Back on topic. Sean, did you have anything else to say about the Star-Lord before we move on to CMB's thoughts?
Yes. If Chris would have actually taken the time to watch the movie, he would have greater appreciation of this because it's actually a really good movie, and you're going to be impressed with it, Chris.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Actually, it really was.
I actually heard it was pretty good. So,
Chris, it's one of those movies you could have actually taken your wife to, and she would have dug it because it's got a lot of the tugging on your heartstrings.
The whole movie, dude. Yeah. The whole movie is just raw, especially if you're an animal lover, dude. Oh my.
Well, I'm just saying, Chris. Like the whole movie was basically like a roller coaster of emotions. So it's something she would have been like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah, she's obsessed with.
Yeah, you would have been like holding your wife.
Why does his wife sound like Mickey Mouse?
And all of a sudden, like these tears would come down on your.
Oh, my bad. I was just trying to do a lady voice. I mean.
Oh boy,
dude! And with those tears, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, my wife's drooling on my arm," but in reality, she's all emotional.
Dude, at one point I teared up, man. It was just such a. It really was. It was pulling at your heartstrings the whole time, dude. I lasted most of the movie, and then
I looked over at my daughters, and they're all like crying, and my oldest daughter, she's 15, and she's like, "What?" and like turns over like this, like away from me.
Dude, it's. Some of my closest friends who reached out to me about it, like, dude, I cried the whole movie. I'm like, I made it most of the way, but it was
that's
definitely.
All I've heard too.
It was a tearjerker, bro. Again,
in the
I'm not
words
going to
of
spoil
Principal
anything,
Skinner,
but if you're
pathetic.
Hey man, you know we gotta take L's sometimes. We gotta take L's sometimes.
Crying.
See, everybody's saying they cry. Come on now.
I didn't cry.
Vicious cried. Well, you know what, dude? That's good for you, man. I cried. I wasn't like, but I was like tearing up, man. At the one part, I certainly was. But
I'm jaded though, so it's okay. I'm a shell of a man. I have no more emotions or soul.
CMB,
my ex took that from me.
Oh Lord, what are we getting into tonight, man? CMB, what are your thoughts on Star-Lord? Well, we got you talking. What are your thoughts on Star-Lord, man?
I think it looks good, man. Like the only one I have is the Infinity War one, and the only reason I grabbed it is because when I was doing trades at the local shop a couple years ago, I traded some, like Diamond Select statue, just bull crap stuff didn't want anymore in my collection. So he had like Thanos, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, homemade Spidey suit, and some other hot toys. And I ended up just saying, you know what, here, let me just trade you, straight trade. I'll give you all this. You give me all your hot toys. So I ended up getting that Star-Lord for free. So this would be the first one I actually purchased. But nice. I am looking forward to it because I'm thinking what I'll do is the Infinity War one, I'll put this new head sculpt on, and then I'll take his helmet and put it on the Annihilation suit. That way I can somewhat kit bash my Annihilation team, seeing how that's my favorite uniform from the Guardians. The only thing missing is the fact that Groot was supposed to be in that uniform too from the comics, but obviously they did that different in the movie.
Yeah.
But I can make do.
Yeah.
But I think it looks good, man. I'm digging, like, I like the price tag too, because I was expecting it to be, 285, 300 just because of Chris Pratt tax. But the fact that so far it's the cheapest figure, I'm digging it. And I'm
I'm
thinking,
very surprised by that.
given what we're seeing, I bet you Mantis will be 265. Nebula will be 285, only because I guarantee she's gonna have a bunch of accessories.
Oh yeah,
with
she
her.
did have a lot of different.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but
yeah, a lot of different
she's
things
gonna
went
have
on with her
lot
arm,
of different,
guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she'll be 285, and I bet you Drax will be 300 just because of his size.
I think you're right. I think that's gonna be the expensive one, and plus it's Dave Bautista. He really wanted to be out after this one, so it's probably gonna be a little more expensive to get that licensing for him.
But I'm thinking if we add all that up before tax and shipping, you're looking at about 1750 for the whole team.
Damn, that stings. It's like no, the.
Hey man, that's cheaper than when you add up the prices for the No Way Home figures, and you're like $4,000.
You know how they say, Han Solo always said, "Never tell me the odds." I'm gonna say, "Never tell me the price." Never tell me the price. But yeah, it's cool, dude.
No, when it comes to Hot Toys, you tell me the price because I need to know. Tell me the price.
Yeah,
but I'm still on the fence on whether or not I want to pick up this line just because I want to see what Drax looks like. Because if Drax looks like trash, then I don't think I'll want to get the whole team because
that's going to be a tough one, dude. It's going to be a tough one.
Because if Drax looks like trash and you put him up on display, I'm not saying other people because other people might come and say, "Whoa, wow, man, that's a cool display." But if it looks like trash to you and you see him in your display, that's all you're ever going to focus on when you look at the team. You're going to be like, "Man, look at that piece of shit, Drax. Oh, I can't believe I spent money on that."
Man, you said that I was hostile.
I will say, guys, one thing we haven't commented on, which we briefly mentioned this when we saw the preview of the whole crew. How awesome is it that these are cloth suits too, man? Like that's a huge plus, Someone mentioned it in the chat. I forgot who brought it up, but thank you for reminding me. Yeah, like the cloth suits, dude, huge plus. Like the fact
what's the plus too? Look at Star-Lord's arms. It's the one where the cloth goes underneath the actual shoulders, so you get a lot more articulation.
Yeah, that's another good point. Yeah.
Because they actually sewed it like what other figures they do that recently? Well, they've been doing it a lot recently when it comes to cloth. Is they'll do the cloth like on the chest. They'll do that as one piece, and then the arms will be solo going into the shoulders, so that way you get more articulation and you don't have to be scared that you're going to rip around the shoulders and armpit area.
It just takes some of that pressure off of that stitching there. Exactly. It looks good, dude. And again, I think the material is definitely a huge plus because, we're sick and tired of the pleather stuff. It just doesn't last, and, it is what it is. But I'm glad that they went cloth on these suits because that's definitely a good sign for the whole line, right? Because they have the same suits.
Now, I am hoping that they will do a Warlock.
Someone mentioned that earlier. I pulled up their comment, but I didn't read it because we were just so deep in the conversation. But yeah, I would like to see Warlock as well. Personally, I'd like to see him in his like superhero outfit in the beginning versus him in this gear. Because that's our only opportunity, I think, to see that outfit. Obviously,
I want his when he first shows up and he's all pretty and he hasn't got his costume hasn't got all beat up.
Exactly, like that's what his mother dressed him in, right?
I will make a comment real fast, just because I said this before. I do wish what they did with, and this would have been a really awesome line to do it with, is if you could jump back real quick, Connor, to one of the photos with him like on the base, the rock base.
Yeah,
like
right there.
I wish they gave it. And I said this earlier. I wish that we got a piece of that for every figure, and then if you opted to collect the whole line, you could have interlocked them all together and made one big.
That would have been cool.
Diorama already for them to be posed on, like the promo picture that had all of them together on that like rock, whatever it was. That would have been really cool. And even if you didn't get all the figures, you would have had a sick diorama base. But then if you opted to get all of them, you would have already had an awesome piece put together that you just push them all together and the seams are covered. You would have one nice big rock that you could display all the figures on. That would have been so cool. Just like the Justice League, how the base of the Justice League was the ramp, and if you just line them all up, I mean, there were separate pieces, but it still looked like one nice big display of the ramp of the
that would be really cool.
Carrier. Yeah, so I wish they would have done that, is thrown in that, because they've been doing it dioramas for other figures like rock bases and things like that, but it would have been pretty cool for the price of especially if you're investing in the whole line to get a little extra.
You know what would have been cool? Because they could have just reused the Thanos rock base and given it to everybody and just have it all connect up together. That'd be nice, because then you could do, like you said, multiple figures other than just the Guardians. You could have a bunch of different teams.
It's like a caveat for you getting the entire line of figures. You end up with a sick base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Real quick,
been a
though,
good
we have
opportunity to have all of these characters come with a base that connects.
Yeah, see, Chris is trying to cut me off because he doesn't want me to play, but we're gonna do it.
No,
Chris,
I'm encouraging it.
No, Chris. You've been. I saw your face.
Fine, I guess I gotta act like I don't want it then.
Yeah, exactly. Act like you don't want it, guys. Thank you so much, Furbo, for the $2 super chat. Furbo says, "I want to see that clip with that married UPS boy." Well, I just happen to have that clip on
He's
me
got
right
something
now.
about you being married, Chris. Oh.
Yeah, so here we go. Here's that clip with that married UPS boy.
Now, son, you make sure you get them hot doors packed in there.
Super chat.
What's that?
Super chat.
Oh. Hey there. Heard you gave us a super chat. Well, Hot Toys Hotline and I just want to say thank you very much.
There you go. There's the married UPS. And then we have another super chat. Thank you so much, Furbo, by the way. Appreciate it, bro. From Don Prime. Don, you're too kind, my friend. $10 super chat from Don. Don says, it's not a trap, it's a face-off. Don, who do we want to talk to tonight? Should I give you guys the daily dose of cringe of me? Don, I think you want to see me. I think you want to see me be cringy.
We want to see Connor.
Yeah, let's be cringy, guys. Here's your daily dose of cringe. There you go.
Your neck hurt after doing that video from bouncing?
No, dude, I've been doing it for so long. Come
on, man. He's used to bobbing.
Natural.
Hey!
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks for the setups, TMB.
There we go. I guess I deserve that one. Yeah, what can the Brown do for you? What's up, Stevie Weeby? But thank you so much, Don, for the generous donation of $10. I very much appreciate it, my friend. Guys, once again, as always, check out Geeking Out. We love Geeking Out. And Don was just on the stream recently. It was great to have him on. We're going to have him back one day soon. Yeah, Don loved it, dude. Don loves when I embarrass myself. Yes, exactly. Got to strike a pose sometimes, dude.
Strike a Vogue.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I got to hit him with my signature.
Bring back some of that early '90s slang. Bust a
exactly,
Vogue,
dude. I got it from somewhere, right? But Chris, moving on to your thoughts on Star-Lord, dude. I put up the photos here. Obviously, we took a look at the prototype photos, but I wanted to pull these up too while we're having a conversation about the head sculpt, because I know you and I were kind of briefly talking about it earlier this morning. What are your thoughts on this head sculpt, dude, and the figure as a whole as well? We saw a price tag $265. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah. So basically, when we were talking, you had said about, I guess, the hair, forehead area. I was more in the eyes. Like, it looks like him, and definitely at different angles. But I think it's hard to replicate, like you had already touched on. That hair seems like it's a bit patchy in real life. And then in sculpted here, just it's a bit flat, doesn't stick out as much. So, of course, that would be hard to do. But I still think it looks excellent. I also like the tailoring of them. And I'm actually not mad. Like, even though I haven't seen the film, if there are different outfits, I'm kind of glad if they're doing a line that they would have them like all in the same, outfits or whatever, and it would look pretty cool in the display. Now, with that being said, I didn't get sucked in. I don't have any of the Guardians, so this will be the perfect line for me to get into.
Yeah, just knock them.
But I'm just I want to make sure they do like every single one of them, especially Drax, because if they're gonna have an incomplete line, I'm probably not gonna touch them again. But
more than likely, it's gonna be complete. Like, but I'm like you. I'm waiting to see, because Drax is make it or break it for me. If he looks like crap, I'm not getting any of the figures.
Yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't look like the best thing, say he doesn't, stomp out the 1.0, I'll probably still pick it up just because I don't have a Drax in general. I don't have any of them, and I would want the team completed, if that makes sense, and to have them all in the same suit instead of having one from like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2 and like Spaced Off, or from Infinity War. It's one film, one suit, so. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, He looks good. Yeah, and guys, when I first put up the photos, yes, the first photo in this lineup here was from Love and Thunder. And everybody's like, isn't that from Love and Thunder? Yeah, I know. But thankfully, there are photos in here mixed in from the actual film. So I just wanted to bring these up because, again, you can see, especially here, this is obviously from the movie here. This is from the movie here. So I wanted to pull these up because, again, it gives you a good idea of the beard and how well that's done and everything else regarding the hair and everything like that on the face. I think it's a good comparison to take a look at these side by side.
I also wanted to one last thing, the whole smirk thing. I think it's fantastic. Honestly, he does it not only in Guardians, but he does it in Jurassic as well, like with his other films. It's definitely a Chris Pratt thing. So
for sure, I agree. Yeah, it's very much very reminiscent of Chris Pratt in many roles. You know, he kind of plays Chris Pratt as this character, in my opinion, in a lot of films, and I think it looks good. Actually, that is one of his great lines, but also I loved. It's not really a spoiler, but there's a line. I'll say this: if you've seen it, there's a line in Volume 3 regarding a famous character from an '80s movie that he references in towards the end of the movie. So. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But it's one of my favorite 80s movies.
Yes. I know what you're talking about, but I actually forgot the line.
I know. Yeah, I know the reference. I forget the line, but yes, I do. I know who you're talking about because I was like, oh man.
I put it in the private chat for you. But great thoughts, Chris. Yeah, just don't read it out. Yes, Ian, it was hilarious, dude. It's such a good nod to one of my favorite films, man. It was hilarious.
Chris,
but Lane. Lane, what are your thoughts on the Star-Lord, dude? You've been waiting patiently, and I know you've had a lot to take in hearing us all talk. What are your thoughts on the Star-Lord, man? Especially at that $265 price tag.
I think it's good price point for this guy. I actually like the facial sculpt pretty well. You know, if we compare certain beards that we had to look at, say I'm looking at you, Obi-Wan Kenobi, facial sculpt there with that sort of
and the upper lip too, right?
Yeah, this still looks a little bit different off, but sometimes it's one of those things where it's a prototype, or with the hair. I like the hair though. I think the hair looks nice and accurate and everything. I think it's a good head sculpt.
Yeah.
The figure itself, I have zero interest in for my own thing, just because I don't really care for the uniforms. I have not seen Guardians 3. I was going to try and go see it today, actually, but things came up where I couldn't go this afternoon. I just am not a fan of the uniforms. I like the more individualized looks from like Guardians 2 and stuff. Mm-hmm. I understand why in the movie it also kind of gives them that team feel because they're all wearing kind of a uniform sort of that makes them kind of seem, I guess, more like they're a team. But right. I feel too much Nova Corps, like the uniform from Nova Corps from the first Guardians here, is I'm feeling that channel too much. And the uniforms I don't like, so that just kind of kills my interest in the entire line pretty much. I think the Groot, the one I like the best is the Groot so far.
The Groot looks really good, man. He really does.
They nailed his look. Now, maybe because he's a CGI thing, like, it's like the She-Hulk.
Dude, the funny thing with him is he looked horrible in the Christmas special. Yeah. Horrible.
And he was
different budget.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That was the test. That was the testing for the Groot in Guardians 3.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that this Star-Lord is a good one. I would have said he might have sat because the previous Star-Lord sat to infinity and beyond. But with modern Hot Toys, we can expect he's going to waitlist. It just may depend if no one's pre-ordering him. He may waitlist faster. That seems to be the thing. I think stuff waitlist faster when nobody's pre-ordering it. Because they cut off. But Hot Toys, I'm willing to bet, cuts off the production. This has been so far. I think I know people don't like the rocket, the pricing. I already complained. You already heard me complain.
Yeah, we've all been crying about it for a week. We've cried about it.
But despite that, like so far, I think this line has been very good. Like we're only 3 figures in, and whatever, I would have said that by now, if that's all they put out, I think that's not bad for them, and maybe do the high evolutionary or do Adam Warlock and give us 4 figures and roll with it. I do think it'd be cool. It seems like more likely we'll get the whole team, or at least like 80% of the team. Like they gave us the whole Bad Batch. If they're going to give us the entire Bad Batch, I can't think of too many reasons why they wouldn't give us all the Guardians.
Right, especially with how well this movie's being received, right? It makes a lot of sense.
Maybe that's a product, but it might take a little bit because it is so many of them and stuff. It might take a little while, just like for Bad Batch, for us to get all of them actually announced. So this might take a couple of years to get the whole team together. But we're not going to see all of these characters again, unless maybe in Secret Wars or something like that. Like, they come
at the very least, once you guys see the film, you'll know who we're going to see.
Yeah, you'll know. I was about to say you beat me to it. I was like, Lane, wait till you watch the movie, and then you'll know who's coming back.
Yeah,
I already done. I 2 of my friends already spoiled part of the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lane.
Because one of the things I already know one of the things that I wanted to happen. I was told that doesn't happen, so you better be prepared. Like you that might annoy you a little bit. But I think overall that this is a good start. Like, is it going to be the definitive Starlight? I still think that's Guardians 2. Like,
I would agree with that. I think most people, even if they don't have the Volume 2 version,
even though it took a while for him to sell out, or if he's still on.
Yeah, I mean, all the Star-Lords have sat, but it's like funny. Like Ryan brought up earlier, how quickly like even the comic shops are selling out. We talked about how quickly the comic shops. I think this one's going to be the quickest sellout for Star-Lord we've seen because the pre-orders are different.
Yeah, and the fact they're still going to do Nebula, despite her figure,
another sitter, another shelf warmer.
But I think that if this was just like, let's say they just did him, like he was one of 2 or 3 figures, like let's say what they announced was it, like that was all they put out, he would be like a pass for me, I would say in general, because I don't think there's enough unique to him for $265 $300, like Ryan was talking about, when there might be other, I don't know, for whatever reason, if you were into the Ant-Man line, or if you were excited for the Marvels or Loki season 2, what you might get with those figures or whatever, there'd be a lot of other choice. But if they put out the entire team, or at least like 4/5 of the team, most majority, where you can have most of them, I think it'll be a good purchase. But 265 price point, good. $250 if you use the $15 code over at not Hot Toys Hotline. Thanks, Brain.
Off the racks.
Yeah. I don't think you can do much better price wise for a figure shipped. But it's hard for me to get super excited for this, because most of the Marvel stuff this year, like even Guardians, where I'm excited to see the movie, you've already heard me complain about, like, oh my God, Carnage is coming to eat my wallet earlier today. But it's all like older stuff, or stuff from the previous Phase 4 I'm kind of interested in. But I might feel differently after seeing the movie a little bit. But I just don't think, as Ryan talked about, this guy, it's not No Way Home-esque for maybe total number of
it's a lot cheaper.
But it's still going to be like, even if, like, let's say they put out 2 more figures for it, 2 or 3 more figures, that's still going to be $1,200 to $1,500. So that's a lot. But I think if you're a fan of the movie, that I don't see how you could necessarily pass on this figure if you're going to get Guardians line.
Yeah. If they end up doing the whole lineup, Lane, I was just estimating, given like Drax would probably be like, we were just using speculative prices, and it came out to about $1,750 for the whole team.
Which it certainly is a lot cheaper than No Way Home, like we said. It's definitely an easier buy.
But it's still, but that's still a lot. The only things we can say are more for total lines. There's No Way Home, which we know is coming. You had like Rogue One, back in the day for Star Wars, had a crap ton of figures in Mando. Mando's kind of its own giant evil dragon and stuff, because that's like 50.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest a line we'll ever get, because that was definitely, Hot Toys went all out with that one for sure.
But I'm glad to see that they are trying to put out this whole team.
Yeah. Me too. Oilers Workshop is in here. Oilers says just stopping by to say hola. I want Mantis in blue suit riding an obelisk. Dude, I wish. Hey, I didn't even get my Jordan. I didn't even get my frickin' Banshees, so I don't think you're gonna get your obelisk. But hey, I would love to see it, dude. Nate didn't get his Rancor either. You know, we're all missing out on these giant beasts.
Well, no, Nate has an option where he could get that like statue or something, 10 scale or something, and get Boba right in the Rancor, and I'm sure it would be plenty big. I'm sure it would be plenty big enough where you could, you know, if we get out of the blue a Book of Boba 6 scale, what was that? The Pike Syndicate soldier or something? You can probably still fit it sticking it in the mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but guys,
you know where the conversation's going. You know what this reminds me of is how we didn't get a swoop bike at Christmas.
Oh. Lane, just
I commented on that earlier.
Yeah, we didn't get our swoop bikes, but hey, guys,
We're still salty.
Real quick, guys. Yeah, there. See, you made Lane leave. Come on, you made
Lane
leave.
come back.
There was supposed to be a redemption with Easter, and my Easter basket was empty.
Oh man, Lane, come back to us. But guys, I think it's time possibly for another giveaway. But I think, you know, I'm looking at the likes here, guys. We got 50 likes. If we can get to
really just
65 likes,
I think it's his internet. I think it's his internet because he did say it was acting up.
Hopefully he's back. Hopefully you guys didn't make him upset and make him leave. I think he's just joking with us. So, but guys, there he is. Welcome back, Lane. Lane's trolling us, but guys,
I hope you came back with his swoop bike. Sorry, I just woke up Christmas Day and I was so sad.
Anyways, guys, if we could get to 65 likes, we're going to do our next giveaway. So right now we have 74 people watching, 56 likes. Let's get to 65 likes, and we're going to do our third place prize giveaway. Come on, guys. Pump those likes up.
Let me dislike really fast. I'll take one away.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you're not hurting me, dude. You're hurting the chat, man. They're gonna get their pitchforks together.
I'm gonna say is
my like is already there.
Come on, guys, wake up. We got 76 people here. Can we get to 65 likes? 58 likes. Come on, guys. We're almost there. We'll do our third drawing. We're at 58 likes, guys.
All I'm gonna say is Sean.
Do it for Lane.
Yeah, Sean, and for the continuous fever dream this channel has had about swoop bikes. Sean, you have more than enough clone troopers that'll cry yourself to sleep with at night. You'll be fine.
You know, they've been trying. They've been tucking me in at night and everything. It's just not the same. But they're trying. You have a good point.
I'm sure
3 more likes, guys. 3 more likes. We're almost at 65.
Good thing I got extra Wonder Women.
What's up, Action in the Box? What's up, dude?
Hit the like.
2 more likes, guys. Come on. We're 2 away, and we're gonna give away the third place prize. Come on, guys.
You know, I think I'm gonna like this stream.
So Sean hasn't even liked this. It shows what kind of friend Sean is, man. He gives away a
dude. I do it at the end to get you all excited.
You know, dude.
You want me to wait? I can wait till the end. It's
one more like, guys. Come on, one more. We're almost at 65. Pump them likes up,
Who's gonna be the
baby.
lucky one?
Oh, big dog pound. Sheesh. He said, "Smash it from the back." Don said, oh, "Come on, guys. We're 1 away." What are we? There we go. Ask not what Lane can do for you, but what can you do for Lane? Hashtag Lane Gang. I think he's your biggest. And now we lost likes, guys. Look, people are trolling us. Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it at 62. I think that's fair. We'll call it at 62.
63.
63.
You can't back down.
I can back down because you know I'm asking for people to mess.
62.
With us. Eddie says 65. So you know Eddie is the deciding factor here. So we're gonna say 65. So guys,
64.
we're gonna do our next giveaway. We're going to do our
65.
next giveaway.
Hey, I just liked it. So
there we go. 65, baby. So, guys,
hey,
we're
going to wait
to
100 likes to give away?
We don't give up around here.
Number 1 prize.
We're not going to make them get 100 likes because I feel like we'll be here all night. But, guys, we're going to move on to our third place prize, guys. Now, let me pull it back up just for a reminder. We do have a $30 discount code / gift card, if you will, from 1/6 Kit. Guys, you know... a lot of times we're always talking about buying from 1/6 Kit, especially for third-party stuff, or if you're overseas and Sideshow shipping is very expensive. This is courtesy of Mr. Kit Chen, the owner of 1/6 Kit. So thank you so much, Kit, for the generous donation of this prize. And guys, if you win, yeah, it did go down. That's what happens, dude. It's like when you say you're at a certain goal for subscribers, people start messing with you. I know how it is. But yes, guys, if you pre-order any third-party figures, or again, if you're overseas or if stuff is sold out, 1/6 kit is a great place to buy from. Even if you're in the U.S., very fast and very well packed, I might add. So this is for a $30 discount code to 1/6 kit, and you will be getting this from me. So if you are the winner, please reach out to me. And once again, guys, I'm going to call your name. If you're here live, please say so. You have until the end of the stream after we pick the final prize. Otherwise, you will be re-rolled during the stream. But here we go, guys.
I just got my
Third place
T2
prize.
Arnie from Kit the other day. Just showed up.
Nice. I had to get mine from elsewhere because I passed on it from Kit because I was just being hesitant. But mine's actually going to be here tomorrow, hopefully. But here we go, guys. Third place prize for a $30 discount code to 1/6 kit. Let's see who our winner is. And once again, please call out if you're the winner. Craig Young. Craig, I hope you are here, dude. I know you're in the Facebook group. I know you're often in the YouTube channel. Is Craig Young here? I'm very curious. Craig Young. Craig, are you here? Please, Craig, cry out from the sky. Are you here? Well, anyways, guys, Craig, if you're here, once again, you have until... Oh, Craig is here. Look at that. Craig Young is here. Craig's grabbing a page from the book of Big Dog Pound saying, woo! What's up, Craig? Congratulations, my friend. You just got yourself a $30 coupon code to 1/6 kit, courtesy of Kit, the owner of 1/6 kit. Once again, please reach out to me after the stream, and I will hook you up with that because I do have that ready for you. So congratulations. Once again, guys, if you haven't won, don't you worry. We have more prizes to give away. We have two, our grand prize and a very great prize from Mr. Mom Collectibles. So stay tuned. Still some great stuff to win. Two more chances to win. And, hey, if the first winner doesn't speak up, there'll be another chance to win that prize as well. So, but congratulations, Craig. And thank you so much, everybody, for being so kind and saying congratulations. I very much appreciate the good sportsmanship here. But, guys, that's going to conclude our third place prize, and we're going to move on to our next topic. And then... I don't even want to know.
8-bit Flea's comments for you. Just tell them to code live.
But guys, we're going to move on. This was actually teased this morning from Hot Toys, and I wanted to talk about it, because I know a lot of people were wanting to talk about this morning. But I want to pull this up here. Give me 1 second. So yeah, Hot Toys teased this morning.
That looks awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure
that looks
why.
Cool.
I'm not sure why it's listed on Hasbro Pulse, but guys, I'm just messing with you guys. Guys, this is a big topic of conversation today, and I'm gonna pull up the actual photo. I had to troll a little bit because that was kind of like the general feeling. But yes, you see the comparison. But yes, guys, we had a figure, I should say a group of figures teased this morning by Hot Toys. And that's from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the upcoming sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. Obviously, we did get a really nice Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales from the first film, and a lot of people were really big fans of those figures. A lot of people said Miles Morales was their figure of the year when he was originally released. So it's cool to see that we're getting two more. But guys, this one is obviously the big topic of conversation right now, and I got to be honest with you. You guys know I really like giving figures the benefit of the doubt. But with this one, guys, and obviously we're only looking at half the figure, but I gotta say, I'm hoping a lot of people now are looking at my Avatar figures with their ugly exposed joints, and I hope a lot of people are saying perhaps I treated you too harshly about my Avatar figures, because this is
the same tailor as freaking Gordon.
Might as well have been Hasbro Pulse.
This is, and guys, we're not gonna this is like an open discussion, so share your thoughts, guys, in the chat. Share your thoughts. But this,
as Zenobi would say, it's a Marvel Legends figure.
Yeah, and that's
why didn't they use the
Venom
body?
I know. Ryan, I think, said that to me this morning. He said they should have done the Venom body. I mean, guys, to me, if you're a fan of this look, I'm happy for you. If you want it specifically,
hey, it could be a Spider-Man one. You don't have to worry about the bodysuit.
Hey, I already have the from the video game Hot Toys, so I'm cool. I don't need this one. This one looks too much like a damn toy.
If I want that, I'm going to Walmart. Yeah, ain't no way you're paying $200-300 for that.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Yeah,
if they discounted it to $100, bro.
Dude, even with all the photoshopping they did in that photo, the damn figure still looks cheap.
Very, very, and again,
like when you crunch them, that plastic sound.
Like the pattern itself is okay,
It's
but it's like
split.
it's rough, man.
Yeah,
exactly. And the split design on the spider logo, it's rough.
Why do they have that like that there? Why isn't it a suited body at least or something like
Right,
that?
like
Why is the whole
Garbage.
thing like that?
Miles and
the
Gwen have a
arms then
suited
can
body.
be and then the arms, if they got to be jointed or whatever, then fine. I mean, that's like how the Carnage and Venom bodies are done, where they've got the suited part of the torsos and all like that, and then they have some of the ratchet and what have you, that kind of thing in the bodies. That I just don't understand. I thought someone made this up.
I thought it was fake, legitimately. Legitimately.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, somebody just made a quick thumbnail, and they're trying to trick everybody on Facebook."
And the arms, if they're going to be that way to pose them in a funky thing flipping around, maybe that's what you got to have a little bit more for some of the Spider-Man figures. Because I still think it's stupid that most of the Spider-Man figures, you have to put, if you don't want the figure to get screwed up. Sometimes, usually we like to say over years, sometimes very quickly, over days, possibly.
Yep.
That if they needed to do that for the arms, fine. But this torso body cannot look like that. Like you can't split the Spider-Man insignia in half.
Yeah, it's
that torso, man. That's the thing that just sends it off the deep end.
Not just that, but how did whoever's in charge of marketing go? Yeah, this looks great, and then throw that out there, especially with Miles and
right, exactly. Look at them among two great figures. Like the first release, everybody really enjoyed the Gwen and the Miles. So it's like. And I agree with the sentiment, like Big Dog Pound mentioned. Like a lot of people are probably going to be like, you know what? I'll just get the original $20.99. That may actually be what it takes for people to sell that one out. Is seeing this photo.
I got the original $20.99, and after looking at that, I was like, man, I'm glad I got the original one because this new one looks like trash.
Yeah, and I get it. Like people who specifically want like this cartoonish look, like I get it. And if you're happy about it, more power to you. But for me, it's rough.
Well,
man.
I give them this one. If they're trying to make that Black Panther mech strike, the Transformer Black Panther figure look cooler, they're doing a good job in comparison to this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like again, I don't want to spend too much time trashing the figure because it is what it is. But to me, it's not out. We haven't seen the full body, but it's just like it was a big shock to me this morning, and I truly did think it was like a Photoshop picture. I thought that someone maybe squeezed like a cheaper like Hasbro like Marvel Legends figure, So yeah, everybody loves
the better thing if you were looking just like if they needed to have something out, just because right now for putting out for pre-order right now they're locked in the Guardians and maybe some Star Wars here upcoming over the next couple of weeks, but next month they want to have just a preview advertising here for Across the Spider-Verse for something new. Wouldn't it have made more sense? And you had these two photoshopped as the first figures. And like in the center here, why not just have his insignia? Like have the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2099 insignia kind of here in the center. Or I don't know, even if you could just have it whole and like it kind of be focused just on the chest insignia for him, like in the center here. So it's like, hey, guess what's coming? Spider-Man 99. Like that's the big new figure from this movie. Where you just have the Spider-Man insignia and then the other figure behind it. I don't know. Maybe wouldn't that been better until they got whatever, maybe to improve the body look?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, and Fad says we had Spider Pig, so why not Spider Toy figure as a character? Again, Fad, like I'm happy for those that want it. I'm not going to spend too much time bashing it because this is only a torso shot. It's just first glance, it's just shocking to me. I'm just not a fan. And it seems like most people agree. But again, I'm happy for those that wanted it. And if you like, what, it doesn't bother me. I can't really talk much because, I like those Avatar figures. But I think this is just a lot more visible because it's just like a spider suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's a difference.
There certainly is a difference, Lane, and I agree. The spider logo being separated and stuff.
No. But I'm just going to say there's a difference, and then so you can go on to this third party. But the difference between what you're talking about with like having to see the joints and everything from Avatar figures of Neytiri and Jake Sully is those are huge. Like the same thing why we have to for the KX droids.
Right, they're
you still
big
see
statures.
you see the big on that guy on the Dark Trooper. You still have to see the funky joints on there. You're like the big round joints, which do not appear in their design, in the show or movie. So there's one thing with that's part of the nature for how large the figures are.
Mm-hmm.
That Spider-Man is completely different issue because literally we have 50 Spider-Man, and even if he's bigger, and as we already talked about, mentioned the Venom figure and the Carnage figure, even if he's supposed to be a bigger, bulkier guy than our average movie version of the Spider-Man, he could still have a solid suit, and then sort of however they do the arms like Venom or Carnage. And even if he still did show a little bit of whatever, jointing. But there's no excuse. That's a difference between what you have with the joints and the whatever for those Avatar figures versus that.
For sure. And again, we haven't seen the whole figure, but I don't want to speculate on it too much. I just wanted to kind of bring it up. Everybody was very shocked by it this morning, but yeah. Moving on though, guys, this is a very exciting and somewhat controversial announcement because, a lot of people who are big fans of the franchise were kind of coming out and saying like, there's some issues here, there's some issues there. So guys, I will say Present Toys, who was making this figure, did actually give us some updates this morning. So we're going to take a look at the original announcement photos for the figure here, and then we're going to take a look at the updated photos because they did make some changes. There were some obvious inaccuracies on this one, and they were very quick, which is good to see, especially from a third-party company. They are very quick to turn around and make those changes. Now, the biggest conversation, guys, is obviously the head sculpt here. This is a very exciting announcement for a lot of us because obviously the original Hot Toys Ripley figure is going for a lot of money. The one that everybody wanted to see with the power loader. Because I think there's been 2 Hot Toys Ripleys. One of them is very, very old. But the one that came with the power loader is obviously a very expensive, very sought-after figure. Excuse me, the one that should have came with the power loader. So to see another Ripley figure being made is obviously very exciting for a lot of people, including myself. Now, obviously, everybody's looking at the head sculpt, and we'll pan through the photos here. From some angles, I could see a bit of Sigourney Weaver in there, but overall, I think it definitely needs improvement. I know Maz was mentioning in the chat earlier that he could see Present Toys improving the sculpt, and I would hope so. But I don't think they always go through and fix the sculpts. Just from people that I know that buy a lot of their figures, I've kind of seen that opinion. But I will say I am excited to share the changes what they made. I know the conversation about the everybody was saying she doesn't have fingerless gloves on with this outfit. A lot of people were talking about the color of the assault rifle, the shells on the bandolier. Some of that stuff was fixed. The color of the cargo pants, some of that stuff was fixed, but the head sculpt has not been changed. But for me, guys, overall, I think this is a really cool announcement. Present Toys certainly, if you could say anything, maybe they don't have a home run with every single announcement, but they do put out stuff that people have been hoping for and asking for, kind of like Mars Toys. Mars Toys is putting out stuff that we've been kind of asking for forever that we know in an officially licensed capacity probably won't happen anytime soon. So I think this is really cool. I certainly am considering picking this one up very soon. It is available on a bunch of different websites, especially 1/6 Kit. I know he just put it up, I think early this morning, early yesterday. But yeah, it's certainly not without its flaws, though, guys. I know. And Stevie, that seems to be the general consensus. But guys on the panel, I want to hear your thoughts. I mean, again, we can just kind of have an open discussion on this one. Those who are interested in this figure, I want to hear your thoughts. If you're a fan of Aliens, what are your thoughts on the figure as a whole, and especially on the head sculpt? Because again, that's the big topic of conversation right now. As a lot of people are saying, I want this figure, I'm probably going to get it, but the head sculpt is a little rough.
So this is my favorite movie, Aliens. Out of everything, Aliens is my favorite movie. She didn't have shotgun shells at all. They were actually all the grenades,
right?
Like that the
M203 style grenades, yeah.
But the head sculpt is way off. I've seen people try to convince me. I know other people are fine with it. I'm not fine with it at all. It's way off. This kind of looks more like the female pilot the female Marine pilot versus Ripley.
Right.
You know, just if you like put some sunglasses on her, it looks like the pilot. And that's where I'm at with it. It's not Sigourney Weaver. It's whoever that actress is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it to me. I mean, someone can say I'm wrong. They can say
I mean,
whatever.
I think a lot of people would agree with you, dude. I mean, a lot of people are kind of sharing the same sentiment. Again, I think this figure is cool, but like the sculpt is definitely a huge detractor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like from this frontal shot, I could see it a little bit, but again, like at any angle, really, the likeness just gets totally lost, especially from the side. Like it's not at all Sigourney Weaver for me. So I don't think you're really far off with that, dude. And I think a lot of people would agree with you.
But what I do like of it is the rifle, the flamethrower, along with the rangefinder as well for tracking Newt.
Yeah.
I like that. If I was gonna buy this, I would buy it just for the parts alone. If they improve, get rid of the shotgun shells and actually put the grenades on there, that'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
If they fix the head sculpt, that'd be great too. But outside of that, no.
Yeah, I mean,
now, does the magazine detach?
That I don't know. I didn't read the actual like details on 1/6 kit that he usually puts up about it. But yeah, I think if anything, those who would have paid for a custom version of this figure could use this as a pretty solid base and kind of change the things. And Present Toys may go in and fix the bandoliers to have the proper shells and everything on them. Because we did see some updates already, and this just got announced a few days ago. So maybe they're just kind of doing it in waves. Maybe they put those updates out that were easier to do, and then they're going to say, okay, hey, we're going to fix this stuff later. So hopefully they do, because I think this will be a really great seller for them. Especially if they fix those issues for sure.
Yeah. Plus, I like how they titled her as a flight officer. So the first Alien movie, that was her actual position as a warrant officer. She was a flight officer.
Right.
For the Nostromo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was an Nostromo, right, on the first one?
I thought she was an engineer.
No, she was flight officer.
Yeah.
Oh, she was flight officer? Okay.
Yeah, so the first
because I know in Aliens, she was a
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Consultant in Aliens. They just
right.
I was saying I know in Aliens her title was consultant because that's how they brought her back. Was they just said, hey, we'll just bring you back as a consultant so you don't have any official tie-in to the project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first ship was a Nostromo in Alien, and then Aliens it was a Sulaco.
And then the rest we don't talk about.
Yeah,
but we do talk about the face hugger.
Very good,
Lane. Pretty cool. The face hugger is pretty cool. I like this. I mean, I think it could have come with a little bit more, and I do agree with Eddie. Eddie's like, I'm not super knowledgeable in this film, but it seems like a big miss to mistake grenades for shotgun shells. Maybe they just kind of like, you know what, we have some shotgun shells laying around. Screw it. Yeah, I don't know what their thought process about that was.
I'm wondering if they used the T2 Arnie grenade belt that he has and just shoved shotgun shells in there.
I don't know. Maybe they just reused some parts there.
My only problem seeing this is I really need a Hicks now, and a hug.
Hey, you never know. If they update some things, maybe we'll see them go a little bit further into the line. Because I mean, bro, they did good, the bad, the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly figures, and like. I never saw anybody doing like Tuco or Angel Eyes from that film, certainly. So if they do stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised. I wanted to pull up the updates that they put out this morning, though, guys, because I think this is pretty cool that they turned it around so quickly. They say here that they updated the color of the pants. They did include that kind of strap that bound the two weapons together, which I think is a nice little touch. And obviously they updated the paint apps to a more correct color on the weapons as well, which is another thing that was like painfully obvious that it was wrong. Again, I'm hoping that they go through and update some things. I don't know, guys, anybody else on the panel. Did you have any thoughts on this figure before we move on? I know we're all eager to see more updates on it. It seems like some people are waiting to see if they fix that head sculpt. Ryan, I don't know if this one interested you much at all, especially with the talk about the head sculpt, but yeah, what are your thoughts on it, man? You're muted at the moment, by the way. Ryan, you're muted.
I'm got there you go. I don't want to offend anybody, but throwing your money at this is like a total waste. Like it really is. It doesn't look like it's one of those things where I don't know how else to say it. I get right because people want the character so bad that they're gonna fall, like they're gonna settle for what they get. Hey, listen, man, call a spade a spade. I'm settling for present toy Ghostbusters that don't even look like them because I want Ghostbusters. So sometimes you settle. But I mean, I can deal with them and the sculpts on Peter Venkman being slightly off. This is just like, it doesn't even look like her. Like it's not even close. And you know, they can update the pants, they can do all that stuff. It's still a miss, in my opinion. If anyone's getting it, I don't mean to be negative. I apologize. It's just that there's certain third-party figures. Oh yeah, well, you know, a little tough love there.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's kind of the thing for third-party figures where you start buying them, and they start filling voids. But then it's like, but is it the right one? Like I don't like this is for me. It's not the right one to buy. I mean, I love Predator. You know, I love Aliens. I like all that stuff. Like, you know, I know they're not like making anything right away, but it's still not worth it for me to spend the money on it because it just doesn't look like the sculpt is pretty much. It's a hard miss where I couldn't look past it. There's some, like the Peter Venkman sculpt on Ghostbusters. It's like where I can look past it. It's not terrible, but it's a bit. You know, I can look past. This one's hard to look past. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I mean, it seems like again, people seem to have like the same opinion across the board. I know some people aren't really invested in the Aliens film, so I don't really care to talk about it. But yeah, I think we kind of have the same thought. The sculpt definitely needs some improvement. That's for sure.
Hey, they nailed her custom-made Reeboks though.
Right?
You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
they nailed those.
At the very least, at least they did that right.
And it's a seamless body, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's another huge plus from a third-party company. You don't see those as often as we'd like to.
Yeah, man, they did something right with that they couldn't do with Ahsoka. Go figure.
Oh.
Equilon says, I did not expect the present Toys T800 to use die-cast metal on the grenades. What a pleasant surprise. She might get that treatment too. Yeah, I haven't seen mine yet. Because again, it should be here tomorrow, hopefully, but I'm excited to check that one out.
OG fan is saying that those shells are movie accurate.
They're movie accurate?
I don't personally, I can't confirm or deny that because I personally haven't watched the movie in a minute, so I don't remember. But I personally, when the grenade launcher rounds were mentioned previously, that's what I remembered as well, but I could be wrong. But yes, 8-bit, absolutely. Get what you want. If you dig it, get it. It's your collection. At the end of the day, yeah, guys. Of course, my word's not law. Ryan's word's not law. If you want that $29.99
Hey, I'm looking at the photos. OG fans, right? They are shotgun shells.
Well, guys, we stand corrected. Those are shotgun shells. So basically, guys, just delete everything that we've said about the shotgun shells for the past 20 minutes because that is incorrect information. Thank you, OG fan, for being our fact checker.
Basically, the last 20 minutes, just delete that from the
and then I went and verified.
You heard nothing. You heard nothing. Exactly. It's time to live stream the movie. We all need a refresher.
All right.
Admittedly, I need a refresher.
All right. Next giveaway prize.
Yeah. Anyways, guys. Yeah. Next giveaway prize is a copy of Aliens, guys. We're so sorry. But thank you,
Here,
OG.
I will show you the picture. I'll send you the picture, and then you can show everybody.
Let's see. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm pulling up Facebook here so I can get the picture from.
Yeah, we promised a copy of Aliens that have movie accurate shells.
Yeah, we're wrong about the shells.
There you go.
Shellgate.
I sent you the photos.
Shellgate 2023. Here we go. I would say that's pretty close. That's pretty close, guys. I think OG's right here. I think we're
Sean sent one too.
Well, hold on one second.
I'm putting more pictures. Hang on.
All right, you got. Why is it? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull up this photo. Bear with me. Elevator music. Cue the elevator music. Bam. There we. Okay. I've pulled up the photo multiple times now. and it's just not working out. Hold on, guys. Sorry, technical difficulties. You saw
Sean,
nothing.
do something. Filler. Sean.
There we go. But yes,
Yeah,
where are the
there you go.
shotgun
See,
shells?
that's the one I sent you.
Hey, zoom in though, and they're completely different. They're not shotgun shells. If you zoom in,
Oh yeah. Of course, I'm just.
They
saying,
don't have like
you
the
can tell that
red.
that's what they don't
they
have
only
the
have
red and
red ends on it,
gold,
and that's the
guys.
blasting cap that they would remove. Like, do you remember when Vasquez is in the tunnel?
All right, I'm going with JB. I'm going with JB here. Sorry, they shouldn't be shotgun shells, but shotgun shell shaped
Yes,
explosives.
that's what. Yeah. He's basically saying what I was trying to convey. They weren't shotgun shells, but they're the explosive. They're the
Next
explosive
time
rounds,
on
aren't they?
Aliens Facts.
Yeah, they're explosive grenades.
Damn it! It's just some shells, people.
All right, guys.
They were the grenades. It's the same thing that I've
I
already
think
been
if
saying.
anything, we've proven tonight that we don't know what we're talking about when it comes to
Hey,
this.
will you
Forget
pull
the
up the female
skull. Y'all
pilot
need
picture I
to
sent
be
you,
worried
Connor?
about these shells.
It's shotgun shell gate. Let me pull up this photo, and then we're moving on. Sean, are you talking about this picture with the glasses? Is that what you want me to show? Oh, my Lord. I thought we were going to get another photo. Oh, my. Why is it so zoomed in?
I was going to send you another one, but
The funny thing is, if you look at the,
I just
if you look
came
at the
for some
prime,
damn Harry Potter.
if you
Yeah,
look
what about
at
that
the
Harry
Prime
Potter
1
bullshit?
statue, you look at the Prime 1 statue that they're doing, it has the same setup for her shells. We'll just call them explosives.
Yeah, guys, we're just leaving it at she has something on the bandolier that has some destructive power. I clearly have no clue what I'm talking about because, it's all over the place. I am not an aliens expert, and I'm going to tap out on that one. This is the figure, the face sculpt that Sean wanted to show.
So if you look
I can from the nose and stuff. I can see that.
Yeah,
because if you look at you look at the Prime, it's got the same red and gold shotgun shell.
All right, I'm pulling up the Prime 1 alien statue.
I mostly knew this lady as the 5x5 lady.
Hey,
right.
I will add this. How do we know movie shots, right? There's lighting involved, special effects, whatever.
Yeah, we got to ask it.
Is how they look in the
Howard! Guys, Howard's here. Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Is it really you?
Howard.
Is it really you, Howard? I didn't know you watched my channel, dude. Hey, man.
The special thing next week is the correct shells.
Howard, where's my yacht?
Figure.
Here we go, guys. Finally, shell gate solved. There are red and gold shells. So either Prime 1 was wrong, or
Prime 1 ain't wrong. Prime 1 is not going to produce a statue like that and it'd be wrong.
All right, so guys,
I don't know. They made a gold Batman and we never saw it before.
We're moving on, guys. At that note, because we we had a little bit of misinformation from somebody.
Hey, is this Newt when she got older?
Anyways, guys, we're gonna give away our second place prize, guys, because I think you guys have sat here and listened to our ridiculousness long enough. So, guys, we're gonna give away our second place prize. This is courtesy of Mr. Mom Collectibles. Ryan was gracious enough to give away $100 in Sideshow gift cards. So, guys, because of that, I got to pull up my handy dandy giveaway machine here, and we're gonna give away $100 in Sideshow gift cards, courtesy of Mr. Mom Collectibles here. So. Just a reminder, guys, if you're still
He
awake...
said gift cards, so that's multiple.
Yeah, no, it's a $100 gift card, so...
Yeah, I mean, if Ryan wanted to break it up in 4 25s, he could do whatever he wants. It's one prize is at the end of the day. That's why I put cards. Ryan could have had
one
saved
big
up.
prize. It's a $100 gift card.
So he's going to give one. Okay, so good luck, everybody. Once again, if you're here, please call it out. If there's only been one prize that has been claimed, and once again... Same goes for these next two winners. By the end of the last prize, if you haven't called your prize out, we're going to have to re-roll before we end the stream. But, guys, we're going to pick another winner here. This is going to be, again, for $100 in Sideshow gift card money. So here we go.
Boba Fettuccine win, too? So isn't that two people?
Boba Fettuccine called his out. Only one person didn't actually claim their prize so far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So here we go. Who is the winner of $100 in Sideshow gift card money?
I am.
And the winner is Collecting Madness.
Sith Lord. Sith Lord. Are you here, Sith Lord?
Yeah, follow him
Sith
on Instagram,
Lord.
I think.
I'm right here.
Yeah, this is actually a YouTube entry as well. So if Sith Lord is here, this is going to be exactly what we see pop up in the chat. Sith Lord, are you here? Because Sith Lord, if you're here, you just won
There's a
$100.
bunch of people saying here.
I know. Well, everybody's saying here because I was like, is everybody still awake? But Sith Lord, if you're here, please let us know before the end of the final giveaway prize. Because if not, we are going to have to re-roll you because I want everybody to have claimed their prize before we get out of here.
When you do at Sith Lord, it doesn't pop up.
Yeah, so Sith Lord's probably not here, but if Sith Lord does happen to pop in before the end of the stream, let us know, Sith Lord. If not, it's going to get redrawn before the end of this stream. But congratulations, Sith Lord, if you claim your prize. If not, we will be re-rolling that. So, guys, moving on to our second to last topic, a very special one that Chris and I were kind of losing our minds for this morning, and a lot of other people as well. This is one that I've personally been waiting for a while from Inart. Guys, Inart actually finally showed us the Harry Potter, guys. And you guys know I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. I've been waiting for this one for a long time, ever since it was first kind of mentioned by Inart. I'm like, oh, crap, is there hope? Is there hope finally for an officially licensed Harry Potter that's not... Apifley says he'll take it for him. So far, Duck Collector, there's 2 people that have not claimed their prize. But yes, guys, let me take this off the
It'd be cool
screen.
to have until you come home and find it falling over off its magnetic base. Oh,
I could work with that, dude. I mean, I don't want to take anything from this figure myself because
Easy fix.
I think it looks fantastic. Now, I will say, shout out to Bretta because he did point out something to me, and I was like, wow. I was so hype drunk over that this announcement this morning. I didn't catch this.
Listen,
I'll try to zoom in a little bit for you guys.
Listening to the defeat in your text messages in the group chat, we're like,
I know, man. I didn't notice it. I noticed it. I mean, overall, guys, I will say, I think the figure looks fantastic. This is definitely a detractor, but it doesn't ruin the figure for me. The eyes, at least in this photo, appear to be not the right shade of blue by a considerable amount. They're either a dark green or a dark blue. I can't really tell because, honestly, we only have one photo to go off of. But Daniel Radcliffe's eyes, believe it or not, were light blue. And Chris and I talked about this earlier. Daniel Radcliffe, they actually tried to get him to wear contacts, and it didn't work out. So
he's allergic.
Because Harry Potter's eyes in the book, the books are actually green. So they tried to get him to wear the contacts. He was allergic to the solution on the contacts. So because of that, he had his light blue eyes, his baby blue eyes in Harry Potter. So that's the one thing I wanted to point out. Again, that does not ruin the figure for me whatsoever. I think they will go back and fix that once they're made aware of it, which people were commenting about it. But overall, guys, I think this looks fantastic. It brought me so much joy seeing this morning because, again, our best option that we had in the past was Star Ace. And you guys know how they handled the Harry Potter line and how they handle a lot of stuff, especially recently with the Rocky line.
There you go.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough, dude. And we could have talked about that Rocky today, but I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to waste time talking about it because it's rough, man. But yes, Inart is still alive, Steve Weeby, and thankfully they are bringing out something that I've been waiting for. But so far, guys, as far as we know, I love this. Single Songwriter, what's up, by the way, bro? He says, Harold J. Potter, go to your room, young man, and stop playing with your spell book. Love it. But me personally, guys, you guys know I don't like rooted hair at all. But this figure is such a special announcement to me. I'll probably go all out and get the rooted hair one just because, it's just such a special announcement for me. I want kind of the best of the best because, to be honest with you, from what we've gathered from Inart thus far, they've really made it clear that so far their only intention is to do the 3 kids from this first film, and that's it. But I think the sculpt's fantastic. I think the material on the robe is correct because I do have a actual robe that's very accurate to the films that I bought a couple years ago. So seeing this robe material, I'm like, it looks pretty good, man. I am curious to know if this arm is like a swap out like piece at the shoulder joint to hold Hedwig, or if it's just the joint itself. That was something that was brought up to me, so I think that's a very good question.
I believe I brought that up, sir.
Oh, it was Ryan. So yeah, Ryan brought it up. Sorry, I couldn't remember who brought it up, but Ryan made a good
That
point.
was not diecast.
Exactly. That's what I was worried about.
Coming straight down.
How many people are going to be coming home with a dead arm, basically?
So Ryan, that was a good point that you made. I didn't even consider that until you brought it up. That would be a smart decision if they did something like that. I don't know how easily executable it would be for them with the current body systems they're using. But I do think it looks really good. I'm very pleased with how it looks. I know it's just a prototype thus far, but I think the sculpt looks great. I think the materials used looks fantastic. And it's good to see that Inart kind of took their time on this one. And I think Hedwig looks awesome too. And we already know from the teases from Inart early on, we are getting a cage for Hedwig. They showed Harry Potter's wand. I'm guessing it's real wood. It looks like it. If not, it's very convincing to be as such. But I think it looks fantastic. I really do. And when I'm seeing this, guys, I'm thinking about Hermione and Ron. I think Ron's going to come with Scabbers, which, eventually ended up being Peter Pettigrew. The little rat himself. And I think Hermione's going to have Crookshanks. I think they're going to give all the kids like kind of the essentials. And I would love to see some maybe a chocolate frog box, some stuff from the trolley that they were eating, because that's obviously a very, very memorable moment. I think that would be cool.
Or the gold coins.
The gold coins. Yeah. I mean, Chris, I want to jump to you because you and I were kind of just losing our minds this morning on this one. And I want to hear your thoughts on it because I mean, there's a lot of stuff they can include with this, right? And we haven't really seen anything apart from, again, the Hedwig cage and the wand, and then what you see here.
Yeah.
But Chris, what are your thoughts on this? After we highly anticipated waiting to see what they would do with this, and what are your thoughts on finally seeing the prototype from Inart?
Yeah, I was pretty excited. You sent it to me this morning. I was absolutely in love with it. My brother actually sent it to the wife. She is the biggest Harry Potter fan. She's actually the one who got me into it. So it's like her first love before Star Wars. I got her hooked on Star Wars, yada yada yada. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the eyes. They're pretty good with detail, so it's something I can't unsee. However, there is still plenty of time for them to correct that, I believe, and I believe they will if enough is said about it. But if it's not, it's also not something that's going to stop me from getting it, because I still think the sculpt looks pretty spot on to him, like he did when he was that age. I like the way Hedwig looks. And yeah, I'm excited to see what it comes with in the real materials. I think I'm going to go all out just like you are and do the rooted. I'm hoping to see Hermione and Ron. Ron's my favorite, so I'll definitely get the trio there. And then whatever else they do after that will just be a bonus. So.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Sirius Black and Professor Lupin and Snape and Dumbledore. That's the other thing. If they did Dumbledore, Chris, with a rooted beard and rooted hair, they may get me on the rooted side with that one.
Yeah, I'm an accessories guy, so I told you this.
Oh, that's right.
On as well. I would love to see a lot more accessories with this guy. If he's gonna obviously be a single for rooted hair, I want him to come with his Hogwarts letter, obviously the Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone. They're calling it here, like they did the book, I believe, right, was called that,
originally,
or that's what it was supposed to be. Yeah, before they changed it. Yeah, I would like to see him come with that. Maybe a Quidditch set. That's a lot to ask. We talked about that, but
yeah.
I just want some good stuff.
Sorry, 160 is not. You are right. I completely forgot. We don't see Crookshanks until Prisoner of Azkaban. So thank you for pointing that out. And also thank you for crushing my dreams of getting the pets with every single one of them. Let's see. Jeremy says, Inart Insider, the owl that is shipping will be real. Dude, I don't know about that. That'd be a really tiny owl. That'd be like a baby owl. I don't know if that's real. Howard, we love Hot Toys, man. I like Inart too sometimes. It depends on what they announce. But Howard, come on now. All right, definitely not reading that second comment. Howard, I knew you weren't the real Howard. I'm not reading that second comment. We're gonna have to.
Howard's a savage.
AZ Figs, what's up, bro? He says they're probably gonna jump between the movies for releases versus releasing stuff in order from the same movie. Yeah, I mean, me personally, if they did do a big time jump, I would love to see. I would love to see them do some stuff from the Deathly Hallows, because I would love to see the older looks, and I think that would be a good opportunity to bring out Voldemort and maybe kind of give us that final battle duo that we would love to put in our displays.
Originally, that's what I wanted to, is the older figures. But if this is all they give, I at least want that main trio.
Well, they've basically said, obviously nothing's confirmed with any of these companies, but they've said that they plan on doing the whole trio. So
Yeah, and then there was somebody else that they were planning on doing. I know John said, and I had totally like last year, and I have no clue who else it was that John said.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but again, this is definitely really exciting to see. I'm very, very interested to see more from it. I'm very interested to see the accessories. Again, the eyes
Give
thing,
me a
obviously.
Malfoy.
Yeah, Malfoy would be awesome too. The eyes thing is obviously, it's a bit disappointing, and again, I didn't even notice it. Admittedly, I didn't notice it. I was so like hype drunk and excited off of this announcement.
Connor, bring CMB back in. He got booted out by accident.
Oh, my bad, CMB. I didn't see you there, bro. My bad. But yeah, it is what it is. I do think they'll fix it. Obviously, they even gave people the extra staff with Gandalf that everybody was complaining about. So I could see them going back and fixing it because obviously it's a very easy thing to fix. But Ryan, I know you had some thoughts on this one. I know you saw it and you're like, oh man, this might be my way of gaining some interest in Inart with this one. So what are your thoughts? And I know you were kind of a little bit let down when we found out about the eyes as well, even though like it is something that I'm sure they'll fix. But what are your thoughts on it, man?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I got to keep it real. I'm not an Inart supporter at the moment because I don't like what I'm seeing about what's going on out there. I just got to keep it real. And it's what leads me into the idea about this figure. I didn't really like how things were done initially with the company getting started off with the Joker, and now like all the issues you see with the first figure and kind of like what's going on with that figure. So it kind of leaves me as a potential buyer. Like, I know they're a new company and people are like, well, and I know I'm going to steal something from CMB, but like, it's the obvious one. I need to see how much this thing's going to be. Price is going to definitely be a factor. Now they're going to charge like $700-800 for this thing because the hair's rooted on it. I'm like, cool. Then let the next person buy that. I'm also conflicted because honestly, I don't want to go through all the BS with like, when am I getting the figure, this or that. Obviously I get it through Kit. Because I trust Kit and I buy all my stuff through him. But I'm just I'm not going to lie, man. All the stuff going on with the Joker does leave a bad taste in my mouth of whether or not I can fully commit to it. It sucks because I really love Harry Potter. This isn't my favorite version of him. I prefer the older versions, but I do like it with him standing there with Hedwig on his arm. I do question, like I said, I know we're really being like super speculative, and I know other people are streaming about it and doing the same thing because it's what we're basing it on what we see. This is the photo they chose to release, so therefore that's the photo that we're going to criticize. And that being said, obviously I can't see it being left like that with just that one arm. I can see them giving you like an interchangeable arm if you don't want him holding Hedwig.
That would be smart.
And that being said, I question, what are you going to do with that? Is it going to be a peg system? Is it going to be the dreaded quote unquote magnet system? Because then I can see that arm falling off, down the road. So those are questions as a potential customer who's very skeptical about everything they're doing right now. That's kind of where I'm at. That's where my thought process is. The eyes bewilder me. Like, how is it that the eyes are the wrong color and it's going to be probably a few $100s? And once again, it goes back to that whole thing of like, yeah, people really want it, so they're going to dive in and buy it regardless. And to be fair and try to be transparent, we did criticize other people when they got like the 66 Batmobile and the paint lines were a little crooked. Oh, well, how could you accept that? And now we're saying like the eyes are going to be the wrong color on the figure, but we'll accept that. I'm just saying, and we do it with Hot Toys too.
No, and I've admittedly said.
Oh no, and don't be wrong. I got inaccurate Hot Toys here, man, on the shelf that I bought that are not accurate.
I'm not a stickler. I'm not the accuracy police by any means. I never am.
But what I'm saying is, this is my thought process as Mr. Mom. I don't speak on, and I'm not trying to be negative, but this is my thought process because this is a big flip for me, man. It is, because I was very much about Inart, like making fun. This could be a potential big flip, just like how I pre-ordered the Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile, dude. I know you kind of ragged on me a little bit, jokingly, of course, because it's like I ragged. I was like, yeah, that was a flip. So now, could this be a flip? Yeah, it could be, but I'm very skeptical, and there's nothing wrong with that. In terms of just being skeptical about what you see there. But I do love it. I don't know, when you zoom down on the face, I think the sculpt could use a little tweaking. It's just hard. Like, I'm not one. I've seen people. Oh, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm very skeptical to give it a 10 out of 10. I need more photos.
Yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
liking
give it
what
a 10 out of 10, but I think it looks great. I think it looks
dude,
really
it's
good.
damn near close. It is like for like whoa.
And
It's
people
there.
were saying he was too young. He was like 10 years old.
Yeah, he was like 10 years old.
This
And this actually covers Chamber of Secrets too, because they filmed the movies within less than a year apart of each other. So it's
Right.
like this actually could be a Chamber of Secrets version too, if you wanted to. Right now, like where my head's at, I'm like 60-40. I'd get it 60-40. I'd have to see what the price of the rooted is and see if that really deters me off. Like I gotta wait and see price, and I need more photos. And I need more. I need what you need, Connor. I need more.
Yeah, I'd love to see more photos.
But it's the first
would.
figure that I could
23rd.
say that you have my curiosity, as Leo DiCaprio says in Django. You know, you had my curiosity, now you have my attention, or whatever he says.
Exactly.
So it's like, it definitely is like, whoa, okay. Because all the other figures they announced, I didn't care about because they were figures that were done, they were reissues of other ones, or just IPs I did not have interest in. This is the first one I can honestly say, like, okay, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't go against I can't, it's just, I'm coming from the honesty of a collector who felt this way one way, and I just don't want to be like, hey, because they put out a figure, like, boom, I'm all in. I do have to kind of baby step my way into this one 100%. I also don't really want to get it and then probably we'll see it in 4 years. That's kind of the other thing that stinks about it. You know what I mean? So I hope they kind of fix a lot of that logistical stuff. And, I know there's delays and people are trying to say it's growing pains, but okay, I get that. But I just got to, kind of take it one step at a time. But I'm like 60-40, like I'd get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, for me, I'm such a big fan. It's like, this is certainly a must grab for me. And I think Chris kind of agrees.
Yeah,
but real quick, we got a $2 super chat from OG fan. Thank you so much, OG. I very much appreciate the generous $2 donation. He says, is this Harry Potter even licensed in the U.S.? As far as I know, all of the stuff thus far from Inart is only licensed for their area, their territory. China, right. So I don't think they've brought it to the U.S. yet. I think they have plans to do that eventually, but as of right now, I don't believe so.
Yeah, Dune is their only worldwide license.
Right. I think that's the only one thus far.
And real quick, 8-Bit Fleet, man. We are always on good terms when he says we act like Hot Toys never had inaccuracies or QC issues, man. Once again, I got the broken DeLorean behind me. I'm not saying Hot Toys perfect. They're far from it. I'm just saying, like, as someone who, I'm allowed to have an opinion about how I feel right now about this particular figure, but I'm the guy with a broken DeLorean sitting on the shelf, so I'm fully aware of what Hot Toys' track record of stuff is as well. But they have a higher quantity of product they put out with a far less QC percentage issue rates, I think, personally, because they have more volume. Inart only has one figure out so far. So let's kind of...
Yeah. And they still got to get more stuff out on it.
Yeah, exactly. They need to put out more figures.
At the end of the day, like, everybody, because now we're getting into like the Inart versus.
No, I'm not trying to do it, but
I know you're not trying to, but I just want to talk about the figure, people's thoughts on the figure, because everybody in the chat is now, I don't want to get, because this conversation has been had so many times.
Well, that's the reason, because that's my thought process behind potentially.
No, that's fair. No, it's fair. I just, I don't want the chat, because now people in the chat are starting to. I just don't want it to turn into that.
And we ignore them then. It's all right. It's all right.
But thank you so much, OG, for the $2 donation.
Somebody do something about that dead horse. It's stinking.
We're gonna give Ryan a break tonight. We're gonna do the non-space juice one.
We need to get some of those Inart burgers on the grill right meow.
Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles here. I just wanted to take a second out from busting some ghosts to thank you for your contribution to the Hot Toys Hotline YouTube channel. And just remember, if you have a ghost problem, who are you gonna call?
I'm gonna do a super chat holding my DeLorean.
And with some fog in the background.
Saying, here's your super chat. I admit Hot Toys has issues. Here's my broken DeLorean.
Yeah, guys. I mean,
put an Inart sticker on your DeLorean.
Like I said, I'm not usually the one to be a stickler for small details. So again, the eyes aren't a deal breaker for me personally.
If people bought the Ace Toys products, come on.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, more people bought Star Ace stuff than they'd like to admit, because obviously some people, especially they were new, they definitely got bamboozled with that. But Would anyone else on the panel like to share your thoughts on the Inart Harry Potter before we move on to our final topic? I know, again, this is one that's very special to a lot of people because the Harry Potter space in terms of officially licensed stuff has been even third party. We haven't seen really any third party Harry Potter stuff. So, Sean, I feel like you wanted to share some. What are your thoughts on the Inart Harry Potter, man?
So this one picture with this one pose looks nice.
Yeah.
However, all the complaints about the arms, all the complaints about the ankles and the legs and everything else, I'm still not interested in buying from Inart. However, visually it looks good. But that's it. That's all I have to say.
That's fair. Real quick, OG, you can buy these from a U.S. distributor. Spec Fiction carries Inart products. That's actually where I got my Inart Joker 2-pack from. They should be shipping out in the next couple days. But yeah, if you want to purchase from someone in the U.S., Spec Fiction is where you could buy Inart stuff from. Damn, JB, how dare you say Harry looks like Ellen Ripley? No, he doesn't. How dare you? And yeah, 160 is not. To be fair, this is a movie version of the character, so it should have the blue eyes. Like, and again, I'm not the stickler for accuracy all the time, but it should have the blue eyes. To be fair,
That's what I just said. Like, and these look brown though. Like, it's neither of those.
Right. The eyes are wrong. They certainly are wrong. It needs to be fixed, and I think they'll address it. And I hope that they will address it. And 8-bit, again, I'm not deterred at all by the eyes, because regardless of whether they fix them or not, again, my bias is with Harry Potter. I think overall he looks pretty good. Of course, I want to see more photos. I want to see all what he comes with. The price, like Ryan and CMB mentioned, the price is also going to be an interesting factor to take a look at, because obviously their figures are very high priced typically.
$500.
Yeah, so I mean, with Hedwig and like the owl cage and everything,
because
I'm gonna say 485 for this one. For the if they just do this one version, I'm gonna say 485.
Like 475
because he's gonna have the cage with
Hedwig,
the root,
like being rooted.
Rooted,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, didn't they have Gandalf or whoever for 400? Who was 400?
No, Gandalf is 500.
Gandalf's 500.
Who is the Lord of the
Rings? Yeah, but Gandalf
Rings?
also has a rooted beard, and that adds a lot of extra time. So I feel like
they
could
the
pull off
cage
45.
gonna be metal, like a metal cage?
That I don't know. I don't know if they've ever commented on that personally. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I have. I personally.
In 2
don't
years,
know.
when it's out displayed, it'll be rusted. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same for all your die-cast weapons and stuff that come with your figures. You know, you could say the same thing for that. But I don't know. I mean, they may come in super high on this, and I'm way off. But I should say 485 is what I'm hoping for, because he's got a smaller stature. But again, you know, the
What was that other Lord of the Rings character that was 400?
Aragorn? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the price on the rooted Aragorn? Guys in the chat, I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. 8-bit Flea says 500. Yeah, I mean, very well could be. I'm shooting for the stars with 485, baby.
475.
You're saying 475.
Yeah, that's the first number that popped in my head.
Peyton, maybe for a sculpted version, 390.
No, but if Aragorn is rooted 400, then I could definitely see Harry being less than that.
Yeah. Yeah, Cobb Vanth is the overpriced figure of the year. I think we've established that. Cobb Vanth is very overpriced. But Lane or CMB, do you guys have any thoughts on the Harry Potter overall? I know we're talking about pricing right now, but in terms of how he looks in this photo, obviously we have literally one photo to go off of, so we haven't seen enough of them to make a final determination of whether a lot of us want to pick it up or not. But what are your thoughts on what you're seeing here? Lane, CMB, you have any thoughts on this one? I know you kind of shared your thoughts on the pricing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Inart. You know, I did get the Joker for my kid, and I unboxed it, helped him set it up. And from what I saw when I was helping him, I was not impressed. Price tag.
That's fair.
I mean, the figure didn't have any issues like paint or anything like that, but the magnets for the hands very weak, and then and the whole the base issue where people were falling over, I can see why, because I literally trying to help him set it up. It kept falling over until I actually found the sweet spot for it. So for me, it's like,
yeah, which is stupid. It shouldn't.
I think they're a little
sweet
overambitious
spot.
with the magnetic base because they only put the magnets in the middle. I can agree with that.
And the price tag to me was not justifiable. Like it was more like it was to me. It just seemed like an overpriced figure, and I mean, but he's happy, and that's all that matters to me. Is he loves the figure, he wanted it. It's Nolan's trilogy is his definitive Batman stuff. So, I mean, for me personally, like I'm still on the fence because I do like Harry Potter, but I want to see what else is shown before I even think about possibly getting this line from Inart. Because I know my kid, he likes Harry Potter too, so I got to ask him,
right,
if he wants this as well. But for me, it's just I'm on the fence, and I'll be there just because for me it's hard to support Inart after everything.
Yeah, I mean, and
actually buying the figure for my kid and dealing with that, and then my personal thing with Inart, just with their doing quotes in the air, transparency, and things like that. So for me, it's just I'll wait to see.
Yeah, and you have firsthand experience with the figures, so I think that's a very valid thing to say. And truth be told, there have been a lot of QC issues with the Joker. I mean, I don't mean to brush that under the rug again. I just at the end of the day, I try my best to keep it on topic when it comes to talking about how the figure looks. But yes, there have been QC issues with Inart as well, just like we have QC issues with Hot Toys. I think right now a lot of companies are suffering with these QC issues because they're trying their best to put out these figures in a timely manner, and they're suffering because of it. So, but that is something to point out though. Inart is not immune to QC issues because I've seen a lot of head sculpts with scratched noses from them falling out of the packaging. I've seen people with issues with the magnets not staying in, with the head sculpt not clicking in, the blue tack on the rooted hair. So there are QC issues very much present with these figures, just like they are with Hot Toys.
Like Queen Studios, who they used to, were associated with like their products and stuff, statues and other stuff. A ton had QC problems and stuff. So I don't know if it's the factories they use or what, but in all the different collectibles that they were doing or connected to had tons of problems all in 2022 going into 2023. So
I think with their issue with the Joker is I think for their first release they bit off a little bit more than they could chew. I think they took too many orders for their first release. I think had they gone a little bit more reserved, they could have dialed in the QC issues and it would have been a much smoother release. Because again, there certainly is no question that there has been a lot of QC issues with these figures. I mean, even down to people getting two of the same head sculpt. That's like a very like blatant, not necessarily a damage issue, but like a double checking issue, right? Like how did that make it off the line with two of the same head sculpts? And that's I've seen multiple people with that. So
yeah, but see, I've seen that too with Prime One Studio statues.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of companies right now are suffering from issues with QC, and Hot Toys is certainly no exception. I've had a lot of issues with QC with Hot Toys lately, personally.
Yeah, Matt's comment right there. Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, again, it's all about setting expectations. I think, and again, I don't have the figures in hand yet to even see Inart firsthand what they're like. But from what I gather from people that I trust, they're like, it's a very nice figure, but it's not like it doesn't blow Hot Toys out of the water. It's a quality product. And that's what I feel like if people didn't kind of try to turn it into this Hot Toys killer situation, I think it would have been better received by the community. Because obviously the whole like Inart versus Hot Toys thing was created. And now everybody feels like they can't buy one or the other. It's like at the end of the day, you could buy what you like, what looks good to you. And like myself, I mean, I buy from both companies. Again, I haven't had anything Inart in hand yet, but I have a couple figures on pre-order from Inart, so I am interested to check them out. Do I think it's going to show up and I'm going to be like, wow, this is the best figure I've ever owned? Based on what I've been seeing, probably not. But I think I'll be happy with it as long as mine doesn't have any crazy QC issues, But I want to move on from Harry Potter because we are getting short on time. We got to probably redraw those two giveaway announcements, or excuse me, those two giveaway draws. So wanted to pull this up as our final topic of discussion because I know this is a very special figure for a lot of us. Shout out to Big Bretta for getting this review out timely. I know we were harassing him in the Hot Toys Hotline chat about getting this review out, but I just want to kind of have this plan and kind of have a quick chat about it. I'm really excited to get the invoice for mine whenever that happens from Off the Racks. But it seems like with Iconic Studios, they really do continue to think forward with their packaging. Excuse me, everything that's included with the figure. And we saw that with Ryu, and now we're seeing it again with the Patrick Bateman here. You have the same like plastic sleeve covering the inner flap of the box, which they use as a diorama backdrop, which is really cool. And I love that blood spatter on there. It kind of reminds me of the Pennywise sleeve from Hot Toys. But I just love to see the attention to detail in the packaging because that is kind of your first experience when you open a figure, right? And someone mentioned earlier, oh, I would love to see them do more foam inserts for these figures. And that kind of got me thinking about this final topic here with the iconic Patrick Bateman because they so far have really stepped it up in terms of the packaging game. I mean, you saw they included the gloves with Ryu, and here we do actually have a foam insert on this one as well, so they're definitely stepping it up for sure. Real quick though, and I love this too. If you're a fan of this movie, like this Dorcia list here is hilarious, dude. Like,
that was awesome.
I love that, dude.
No,
dude, Andrew from Iconic has been. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. The
fact that they give you the 1-to-1 actual business card. That
I know, dude.
Dude,
Clever,
I was like,
man.
damn. I just watched this movie last week too again. For like the 100th time.
Iconic must have known that I throw out all my boxes, and now this box I won't be throwing out. Connor.
Yeah,
I
you
can
can't
confirm
throw away your guest
I will
list
not
of
be throwing this
Dorcia.
box out. I will not be
can't,
throwing
dude.
out my reservation.
That's your way to get into Dorcia. You can't throw out your reservation. But
better
again,
keep that card too.
Hell yeah. Like yeah, Bone White. Yeah, when they're dude, that's the best scene in the movie. I don't care what anyone says. The scene when they're going through their business cards and talking about like Cillian Braille, you know, it's just it's such a good.
It has an embossing.
Exactly. And then when he sees the business card, his face starts sweating and his jaw drops. That's hilarious, man. But yeah, talking about the foam inserts earlier, it's cool to see Iconic kind of digging into the foam insert game because that's my ideal. I do like the plastic clamshells, but that's just it's classy. When you see these foam inserts, it's just super classy. After seeing this review earlier this morning, I'm like, dude, I'm really excited. I think they did a great job. I see some people looking at the head sculpt and they're like, I don't know how I feel about the default like non-madness sculpt, if you will. Dude, Don, I love Huey Lewis in the news.
To me, it looks like Christian Bale because he was really young for that movie.
Right. This is an old movie. I don't think people realize how old this movie is.
This is from the 90s.
Exactly. This is a 90s film. So he was very young in the 90s. So a lot of people may have that vision in their head of seeing Christian Bale when he's played Batman, you know, but he was much younger here.
Yeah. So that, I mean, because if you look at the head sculpt and you go and you watch the movie, you can see that head sculpt is pretty on point with how he looked in the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love
he
this
hadn't
quote
gained.
too.
He hadn't gained his crow's feet wrinkles or aging wrinkles type of deal.
Yeah.
His face hadn't aged. So
exactly.
Plus, like you gotta think, even though he was like portraying that character, but remember his morning routine, he literally had to use all that stuff. And how many takes did they have to take? So obviously his skin would look really well taken care of, and that's
right, because that was like the whole
Yeah.
part of that character, right? Is like he was this high class dude. He took care of himself. He worked out. He exercised. He went to fancy restaurants. He spent a lot of money, you know. So yeah,
the guy did 1,000 crunches every morning. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have a chow? I love this, by the way, Don, with the throwing out the fire. Because you have a chow or something. Jared Leto, by the way, guys. For those of you that don't know, who haven't seen this film, young Jared Leto was in this film as well.
Dude, I think and Willem Dafoe, man, come on.
Willem Dafoe. I mean, Jared Leto, he looks really good for his age, and it's so crazy seeing him in this film because it's such an old film. But yeah, Jared Leto was Paul Allen, guys. If you haven't seen this film, but that is a quote from Paul Allen. I love it. Thank you, Don. But
hey, so I have to pull a Chris here. I've never seen this.
Oh my god,
that is a Chris because I haven't.
God,
oh my god,
you guys are killing me with this stuff, man.
Like I've seen bits and pieces of it, like the part where they're in the conference room, they're showing off their business cards. I've seen that scene, but that's really it. I haven't seen a lot of it.
This is easy. This is hands down my favorite movie
Do you
of
have
all time.
Hulu?
Number one movie.
Yeah.
You got to see it. This is one of those movies, like if you make a list of like must-see films before you die, American Psycho is one of them. It's so
soundtrack alone
It's
is
on
awesome.
Hulu right now. That's why I was asking.
Just because Ryan's hyping it, I don't want to see it.
No, the
If
soundtrack.
it's Hulu, then you can watch it because it's on Hulu.
He got
right
me
now.
in trouble with
Oh, it
Back
is?
to the Future, so
I watched it last week on Hulu.
Yeah, it's worth the watch. And guys, I want to say this pea coat looks fantastic, and I love that. Dude, Iconic so far has been very smart with the wiring. Like, dude, Andrew, he knows what collectors wants. Like, the Ryu had wiring everywhere. This has wiring every place you would want it. The coat looks fantastic. The biggest thing, the biggest win with this figure, in my opinion, guys, is the raincoat. They're the only ones, whether it's 6 scale or statues, it doesn't matter. They're the only ones so far that got the coat right, in my opinion. The only ones. I love the magnets. I love how it looks. I love how it lays perfectly together. It's fantastic.
Stinks. I wish I bought. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to go on eBay hunting and see if someone just sells a loose body, because this is one of those characters, because I love the movie so much. I wish I bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard with so many accessories.
There you go, Cigar. Sorry to cut you off.
How to actually display this figure.
There's the card.
I know.
It better have a good embossing and better be the right color print, or you know, if the
dude, it's so clever. Like, yeah, and 8-Bit, sorry, I missed your message earlier. 8-Bit was saying he wanted to put blood on the coat. Like, yeah, you could probably get some of that like fake blood from the party store and throw it on. That way you could wipe it off later if you want to. I think that'd be doable. And how cool is this?
It would have been cool though to add the blood on the coat, because I mean, you got the screaming blood face, but only the axe has a blood effect and his face is bloody, but there's no blood on his coat.
You know,
is this the same company that did The Godfather? Because this set looks
no, that's
Iconic.
Damn Toys. This is Iconic. Iconic. This is their second figure that's been released. Their first figure was the Ryu. But guys, again, here's this, and Bretta says it in his video. He said that he feels like this sculpt looks very different in different lighting, and you have to pay attention to that, because obviously here, I think the lighting that he has it in right now, it doesn't really bring out the detail too much in the sculpt, but when he changes up the lighting, you'll see it really comes to life, in my opinion. I think he does it later in the video. I want to say, yeah, he changes up a little bit later in the video. This sculpt, bro, this is the money right here, in my opinion. Like me, and I kind of agree with Ryan in a way. Like, I kind of want 2, and maybe if I could just find a body.
That's what I mean. Like, I love to, you know.
Yeah, man.
So you could have both.
We'll do it with Iron Man, so why not?
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like have one with the sculpt like that with the raincoat on, and then one, because it's just they gave you so many options. It's so hard to like. I don't know.
Looks so good, man. It really does.
Like I don't need 2 full figure kits, because then you're just doubling up on a bunch of stuff. I just need one full kit, which I have coming, and I just need a body. I don't even need the head, just a body.
Yeah, and Misfit Wolf says, I remember skipping class to pick up an American Psycho DVD. Hey, at least you've seen it, dude. You made the right decision. Yes, Eddie, I totally agree. And yes, guys, these are magnetic head sculpts, which is really cool to see, because I love when Hot Toys does the magnetic head sculpts. I think they're great. Eddie says the attention to detail shows how passionate they are about their work. Respect. And yes, Luke and Andrew from Iconic, dude, like those guys are doing the right things, man. They really are collectors at heart, and it really shows. I mean, we're talking about all these little Easter eggs. Bretta said there's just Easter eggs everywhere throughout this figure. He said in the display base, in the little Huey Lewis in the News CD that he comes with, he said there's just Easter eggs everywhere. But Don, you do have to get this figure, by the way.
Yep. Better hurry up, because this stuff's selling out everywhere.
Yeah, Iconic dries up very fast. We learned that the hard way. CMB.
Yo, clutch the Bretta for dropping the link for 1/6 kit, because I ordered that and mine's shipped already, so it should be here in a week.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get my my invoice from Off the Racks, but yeah, dude, yours is going to be there.
Like I couldn't believe it. I ordered it that night, and like he had it ready shipped to go, and it shipped physically out the next morning. I was like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah. I mean, once stuff is in stock with him, you'd be surprised how quick it gets to you. You know, like the last thing I got from him took like a week and a day to get here, which is pretty impressive. But I think the
About
tailoring on
time
the
it takes
suit
to
looks
get
really
to
good.
me.
You said what?
It's about how long it takes to get to me. Is
Yeah.
the same as you, a week and a day.
Yeah.
8 days.
Kit should still have been stocked on. The
Ron,
code
I got
for 16 Kit.
I'm sending him a link now. I got him.
Awesome. And then the code is code hotline. Thank you so much, OG, for bringing that up. But yeah, I think it looks great. I love the way the pants drape over the shoes. I think they're the correct length overall. I think the suit looks good. But again, for me, the shining show for this figure is the Raincoat Axe Madness head sculpt setup. I think he looks fantastic. Mike, we're almost out of here. We might have to run 3 more times for the giveaway, but we're gonna find 3 more winners. We're about to call the grand prize after we finish this video here, which is very, very shortly because I got to get out of here soon. It's 10:08, guys. But thank you so much, 58 people still in here holding strong. But yes, we're about to call. Let's guys. I hate to cut it off early, but we got to call these giveaway winners, man. So let's get right to it. Let me pull up my magic giveaway machine one more time.
They have waited long.
So what are we giving away? We're redoing the $100.
So no, because I did say we're gonna redo the other 2 after we pick the final prize. So guys, your final chance here. Let's see, who do I need to? Our list is kind of lost here, Ryan. Who are the 2 that did not get back to me?
Well, Sith Lord didn't get back to you.
Sith Lord and Leo Fong. So Sith
And
Lord
Leo
or Leo Fong, if you're here right now, speak up because after I run this, you're officially out and I'm going to rerun it. So I'm running this now. So if you don't speak up, forever hold your peace. Guys, here we go. This is for the grand prize courtesy of incredible generosity from Sean the Hot Toys Nightmare. This is for the Hot Toys Heavy Mandalorian. And how could we have guessed? How could we have guessed that this would be such a great figure to give away after we saw such a presence of Paz Vizsla in The Mandalorian? Sean knew long ago that this was going to happen, and we just timed it that way, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just knew.
So this is the hot toy?
Right,
this is the hot toy. Yeah, because we're going to, like I said, I'm going to redraw the other 2 after this. This is for the hot toy. And again, guys, if you're international, you must pay for international shipping because that stuff is expensive. So.
How many people do we have on right now?
We have 64 people, Sean.
Okay.
64 people. So good luck to everybody. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, sharing and your love of collecting and hanging out with us. I very much appreciate it. And guys, when you get a chance, moderators, could you drop a link to the Patrick Bateman in the chat?
Just dropped it, by the way, 2 seconds ago. I just dropped the link.
Awesome. Thank you so much, dude. But here we go, guys. This is for all the marbles. And again, don't you worry because we're going to re-roll the other 2. Officially, when I click this button, the other 2 are going to be re-rolled, which is right now. Congratulations to whoever wins. Once again, if you win, please reach out to Sean the Hot Toys Nightmare. We'll get everything sorted out by Sunday. Obviously, Sean probably won't be able to ship till early next week, but we'll get it all figured out. Here we go, guys. The winner of the Hot Toys Heavy Mandalorian, courtesy of Sean the Hot Toys Nightmare. Congratulations to... Come on, who's the winner? Arky Chen. And now this is a make or break moment because you're going to have to tell me right now because I'm going to re-roll this right now. Arky Chen, are you here in the chat? And yes, Kevin Collectibles, you are in here. I promise you because I put all your entries in myself. Arky Chen, are you here in the chat? Because this one, now that we're down to the last one, this is a make or break. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Arky Chen, are you here?
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Sorry, Arky Chen. You are not here, so we're going to have to pick another winner. So, guys, the next possible winner, hopefully they're here, for the Paz Vizsla, a.k.a. Heavy Mandalorian, is ZJ Wonders from Instagram. ZJ Wonders, are you here?
Roll call.
ZJ Wonders, are you here? And guys, this is a thing where you got to be here. You got to be here for it. ZJ Wonders, are you here?
It's cool if it's a YouTube one because then we could just add it and see if it pops up in the chat.
Sean, give us our countdown once again. ZJ Wonders, are you here?
5.
Yomo says that's me.
4.
ZJ Wonders, is that you? ZJ Wonders, is that you? Yomo, Is it Yomo that just won the Hot Toys Heavy Mandalorian? Wow. Well, Yomo, congratulations, dude. Right place, right time. You just won yourself a Heavy Mandalorian by Hot Toys, courtesy of Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare. Please reach out to me. Congratulations, my friend. Great to see another good friend win. That's so awesome. But don't you worry, guys. There are 2 more prizes because we're re-rolling. But congratulations. Please say, everybody say congratulations in the chat to Yomo. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
You just beat the clock, too.
Congratulations. I
Yes,
think
sir.
you need the Jim Bob the Brown Knob.
Yeah, let's celebrate.
video.
Before we move on to our last 2 re-rolls, let's celebrate with a Jim Bob the Brown Knob. Here we go.
Son, you make sure you get them hot dogs packed
You got
in
a
there.
super chat.
What's that?
Super chat.
Oh. Hey there. Heard you gave us a super chat. Well, Hot Toys Hotline and I just want to say thank you very much.
There we go. Okay, so I think we need to re-roll $125 and then the $100, right, Ryan? I think we need to re-roll the $100 as well. So we'll start with the 25. We're gonna start by re-rolling the 25. So guys,
One damn cat.
this is for $25 to any comic shop of your choice. So here we go, guys. We're gonna pick another winner here. Congratulations, too, for $25 to any comic shop of your choice. Hopefully you guys are here. Who is this gonna be? Kinky Sphincter. I don't know if I've seen him in the chat.
I didn't see him in the chat.
Are you here? Speak up, my man. Are you here? Hanging out. The one who always wants to give away Lael's Jyn Ursa. Are you here? Kinky Sphincter. You said you have seen him in the chat, Cigars?
No, I said I haven't seen him in the chat.
I haven't seen him either. Well, Sean, could you give us a countdown again? I just like when Sean does the countdown.
5, 4, 3.
That's a strong countdown, bro.
It's
2.
Scary.
It's a good countdown.
1.
All right, well, Sean has spoken. We're going to move on. Sorry, Kinky Sphincter. I wish you were here, my bro.
You lose. Continue.
Moving on. Exactly, yeah. Put a token in. Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper. This is a YouTube entry. Grim Reaper. Are you here, Grim Reaper, for $25? Are you here, Grim Reaper? I don't know if I've seen Grim Reaper in the chat.
I haven't seen that name.
I'm going to hit you guys with a Captain America quote. I could do this all day.
Does it pop up when you do the at, guys?
I don't know. Let's see.
Like, does it light up?
No, it doesn't.
And they're not in the chat.
Sean, could you give us a countdown? I don't think Grim Reaper's here.
5.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, is Grim Reaper here? Grim Reaper is here. Another buzzer beater. Congratulations, Grim Reaper. You have won $25 to the comic shop / Hot Toys seller of your choice. Reach out to me, please, because you will be getting that directly from me. I'm so glad that you're here. Congratulations, my friend. You just won yourself $25 to the comic shop of your choice. So glad that you got us right there on the buzzer beater. But finally, guys. Yeah, there you go. You win. We don't have to put another coin in because you already won. But
winner.
Finally, for $100, a great prize to end off on, a fantastic prize. Once again, courtesy of Ryan from Mr. Mom Collectibles. Very generous of him. Who's going to win the $100 to Sideshow, guys? We're about to find out. Maybe it'll be Cigars. Who knows? You know, this isn't. You know, we're doing this
CMB,
live.
you said me? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
CMB, if you win it, I'll give it to you within 90 days.
Doge Man. This is a YouTube entry. Doge Man, are you here, Doge Man? For $100 from Sideshow. Are you here, or are you going to miss out because you didn't make it live? Doge Man, are you here?
Doge Man, number 1.
Yeah, he doesn't come up when I...
Sean, could you give us one of your famous countdowns, Sean, for Doge Man?
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
3.
Sounds like the countdown in
2.
Hunger Games, bro.
Dodge
like
Man.
1.
Wait, is that him?
Doge Man.
Doge Man right there.
Look
He's
at that.
Right
Another buzzer beater.
He's here.
Doge Man. He just woke up. He's like, what? He just woke up, spilled his drink in his lap, but he's here. Congratulations, Doge Man. You're probably thinking to yourself, what did I just win? Maybe it caught you off guard. You just won $100 to Sideshow, courtesy of Mr. Mom Collectibles. So Doge Man, congratulations to everybody who has won a prize tonight. Thank you everybody for participating. But guys, don't you worry, there are more giveaways coming very soon. I promise you. We just hit 1,500 subscribers. I very much appreciate it. This is 1,000 subscribers. He said $1,000. Doge, come on now. $100. Come on.
Well, you got
you
Ryan starting to shake me.
I was like, wait, I gotta see you guys later.
He's like, honey, I won $1,000.
You got 1,000 pennies.
Doge Man, do me a favor. Either hit up Connor on whatever's easier. If you want to just hit up Connor, just confirm stuff, and then Connor, it doesn't matter. If you know his info, just hit him up and just make sure everything's good, and then give me his email address and name, and I'll send it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for everybody that participated. I know everybody's going to head out now because it's been a very long stream. I just want to say thank you so much for the amazing support. We couldn't have done this giveaway without you guys. Obviously, this was in celebration of 1,000 subscribers. We're at 1,500 now, so I can't believe it. I very much appreciate the support from you guys. It means a tremendous amount. Thank you, everybody who took the time to enter to support the channel. And again, don't you worry. There's going to be more giveaways in the future. We love giving back to you guys. So especially for 2,000, we're going to make it happen. We're going to do something big. So thank you so much, guys. Again, if you are a winner, please reach out to me. I would hate to not hear from you, and then, you know, I have to pick someone else. That would suck. So please make it easy on all of us. Take your prize. Claim your prizes. If you want a prize during the stream, please reach out. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for hanging out with us. I know the comments are just flooding in. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and hanging out with us. Because it took us so long, I'm not gonna do my normal outro, but please check out the links in the description to everybody's channel. I very much appreciate it. Support those who hang out with us on the panel because these are some great guys here. I think Ryan is doing a stream tomorrow, so if you have a chance, head on over to Mr. Mom Collectibles, support him on his stream. I think our boy Mike Latoris is gonna be there, hanging out with Ryan and talking some cool stuff. So please check Ryan.
Ryan's going to try and surpass you 4 hours plus, baby.
Oh, hell no.
No,
absolutely not.
No one's gonna beat. Look. No one's gonna beat. Look, at the end of the day, people can say what they want about surpassing time.
Nate.
The real final boss is Nate. If you could beat,
Yeah,
Nate,
I was going to say no one beats Nate.
and Cigars too. Cigars is right there with him, hanging out with him during those crazy 24-hour plus streams. So, but yeah.
Longest I held down so far was 28 hours straight.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
dedication.
but that's because CMD
Even
is
when he
actually an
disappeared
AI
and passed out.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I could never. We're 3 hours in, and but it was a great stream, guys. It really was. It was such a pleasure to hang out with you all tonight. Yes, we can at least do that, Sean. At least give that to Mark because he wasn't one of our winners. Give him a little prize of a countdown. So we're gonna do that. Once again,
I actually know Mark. He's actually here in Utah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you have to give Mark his countdown then.
All right.
But thank you so much, guys, as always, for being here. Please check out this incredible panel. Thank you so much, everybody on the panel, for hanging out with us. It was an absolute pleasure. And congrats once again to all the winners. And I can't wait to give away more on the channel for those that didn't win. There's going to be plenty of opportunities in the future. But Sean, on that note, give Mark his countdown that he's asking for, and then I'll click the end broadcast button. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
5, 4, 3, 2, make good choices.